It is thing, man. Go off.
Why is this happening?
Why is what happening?
I don't. Why are you squatting like that?
I don't know. I thought it'd be fun.
All right. Well, Tom's doing
fine.
fucking exercises.
I'll do it your style.
Welcome to another episode of Everything Hurts. I'm Nicole Buchanan, resident hot slut Tom Goss.
Slut.
Say hi.
Hello, sluts.
Yeah.
That's the sickest catchphrase ever. I'm keeping it.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are sluts now, just so you know, fucking sluts. But we had Paige Wesley on the podcast today. She's fucking awesome. And we're going to Austin together this weekend. We're going to get into some shenanigans, you know, and yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. You guys don't do it. I mean, some of you have, and thank you for that.
Is there like an email or something I can reach you at?
They can, yeah. But why would they want to reach me?
Because it's your podcast? Maybe they have thoughts?
Yes, actually, I haven't said
questions.
This. You can reach me at everythinghurtsnicole@gmail.com.
Why would the listeners want to talk to me?
I don't, honestly.
Or social media. I don't know. It's up to you.
I have this thing where I'm like, oh, like I'll go on stage and do comedy, but also why would anyone listen to me? Also, I'll make a podcast, but I don't understand why anyone would listen to it. You know what? I'm fucked up. Anyway, if you do want to reach me, everythingHurtsNicole@gmail.com. Also follow the podcast Instagram, you know, engage with us and I'll engage back. I promise, as long as it's not too weird. You can get a little weird, but just not too weird.
I wouldn't have opened it up that much, Nicole.
I'm sorry. Well,
you can be weird with me.
You can be weird with Tom.
You can't out-weird the weird that I've already received.
Yeah, you can be weird with the hot slut of the podcast.
I'm just here to be objectified.
I'm the brains of this operation.
Yes.
Don't bother me with your bullshit.
And I'm the whore.
Oh, okay. Like, subscribe, comment. Enjoy this episode with Paige Wesley.
Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Fucking life sucks. Everything hurts.
Social politics.
Oh, welcome to Everything Hurts. We have our lovely guest, Paige Wesley, and our resident hot bitch, Tom Goss.
Hi, I'm the hot bitch.
Producer Frank
cameras.
Oki. We're all here. How you doing, Paige?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
We the last time I saw you, we were at a Norm's, which I found hilarious because it was me and Pat Barker and you and Doug Fager.
Right.
And we were like, we're finally gonna just like meet up and hang out outside of comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, where should we hang out? And Pat was like, Norm's. And it was like 7:30. And I was like, you don't go to Norm's.
No one should be at Norm's before midnight.
You don't go to Norm's when other stuff is open.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you go to Norm's
We
because
could have
nothing
gone
else is open.
Anywhere. We could have gone anywhere. And
Yeah,
we
and
still
we
had to
ended up
go to
going to
Norm's.
Norm's because we're trash.
Norm's is the Waffle House of Los Angeles.
It is.
Yeah.
I do like a Waffle House. Though.
Sure.
I also like a
I love
Norm's.
a Waffle House.
But yeah,
too.
you know.
Last time I went to a Waffle House.
Yes, we were on tour.
Didn't you end up throwing it all up?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it wasn't my fault. I didn't realize what I was ordering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I wasn't paying
it was
attention.
Will's fault.
Well, it wasn't Will's fault because Will text me angrily if I say it's his fault. Wasn't Will's fault. Will was the guy driving us around.
Yeah.
Yeah. The waitress, I said, I want the hash browns loaded. And she goes, well, that comes with blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, when
And I
they
was
say
thinking-
loaded, they mean
They mean
Yeah.
it.
loaded.
They mean it.
Yeah.
Thinking about hockey stats, and Will just goes, just get everything. Do everything. So I got it with everything, and I ate it, and I ate all of it, even though I don't like gravy. And so, I threw up in front of a police station like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
And that was my hot bitch story.
I mean, hot bitches throw up everywhere. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
you've been
yeah.
clubbing recently,
I'm on-
but they constantly throw up.
I'm on brand.
You should just say that was your fuck you to the cops, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you just.
Where were you?
It was my social commentary. Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
I mean,
way,
if you want to get
a fun
true-
place.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee is a fun place.
Yeah, fun. I mean, for white people, fun. But like, if you want to get true hot girl status, you have to take your shoes off and then vomit on the street.
Into your purse.
Yeah, and hold them.
Yeah, you gotta
the
hold them.
shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been that girl.
I've only been that girl once.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I feel like I've been that girl.
Gotta do everything once.
What if
You
you
gotta
just
do it
don't like
once.
wearing shoes?
I mean, that's me. Like, I end up holding my shoes a lot,
I end up
completely
holding
sober.
I end up holding my shoes a lot, but I don't think I've been holding my shoes and vomiting.
Yeah.
I've been a lot of other kinds of girls. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm not taking like, I'm getting up on my high horse here. I've been worse girls,
Same.
but I just haven't been that girl.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a very specific. It's like a Las Vegas, like on the overpass walkway from hotel to hotel, screaming at each other,
Yes.
covered in vomit, no shoes.
Yeah, crying, running
Crying.
mascara.
Like, she was mean, like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a homeless guy asking for $1 that's
Yep.
being ignored.
Yes,
What is
exactly.
so? What? Okay, what is the worst
I
worst
vomit-
woman you've been?
Worst woman you've
who's,
been?
Who's the worst woman you've both have been? then? If
Myself.
And yeah, you're like, I've never been that brand of bad woman, but I've been a lot of other bad
Oh
women.
man,
She did a Benghazi. Well, my worst was Hillary, for sure.
Oh man,
I was Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
no, she's
No, I
Assistant pimp.
I do sometimes think like
Pimp's assistant
I think
like a
I
magician.
think
Pimp turn.
sometimes I do think I could run a sex cult right. Like I think that I could run like a good sex cult
Were they being done wrong?
what's your definition of a good sex cult? That's what I'm curious about.
where everyone's just having a good time and
And they can
fucking.
come and go freely, and like
I guess that's not a cult.
yeah.
See, I
there
think,
it is.
I think knowing you, Nicole, and we
Uh-huh.
did just talk about the virginity and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think you would start a sex cult, think you were starting a sex cult, get tricked into the sex cult, and end
then
up in a cage in Missouri.
Yeah, then somebody
That's
else
what I
takes
think.
I
over.
would try to lead the
Yeah.
sex
Who
cult. just
usurps the sex cult though? Like who takes over?
Probably whatever guy tricks me into falling in love with him, and then he just takes over the sex.
And then he
cult.
tells everyone that everything he does is ordained by you, even though you're secretly in
and
a
I'm
cage.
just in a cage
like
in the
Shelley
basement.
Miscavige. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but I think the worst girl I've been has probably been like I think everyone's the worst after, and we talked about heartbreak, like the first heartbreak. Like I think that's when you're like the worst. Like you say things that you don't mean, and you know, it makes you a not good, person.
Not good human.
Yeah. I think I'd rather be the take your shoes off and vomit in public girl.
That's true. I bore no ill will when I had my shoes off vomiting in public.
I vomited after your wedding.
You did quite a bit.
I was at Paige's wedding. I also gave her a lap dance.
You did.
I gave Paige a lap
Paige
dance.
was like, I didn't
Yeah.
ask for one.
These
That's
these
okay.
ads
Like
up.
I'm all
Adds up.
set on sexual interactions for the evening, but okay, thank you.
It was more for Nicole.
Yeah.
I think I did.
She's looking you in your eyes. I'm beautiful.
I think I did a good job. In my mind, I got you worked up for your wedding sex.
Yeah, thank
know?
you. Thank
it
you so
wasn't your
much.
husband. It was. No, but I got like super drunk, and because open bar, whenever there's an open bar, you give me free shit, I'm gonna gorge on it. Whether it's food, alcohol, anything. If it's free, it's because like I grew up like not with a lot of money, and so like I don't waste shit. And if something's free, I'm gonna eat and drink as much of it as possible. So
I'm with you on that one.
I've
Yeah.
been cut off from
100%.
every open bar. I've been
an
invited
open
to.
bar is just dangerous for me. So
Been cut
I-
off 2 in one night.
go to Paige's wedding, and then I go and stay at this shitty like 2-star motel with 2 other comics who are at the wedding. I vomit all over the bed, and then one of the comics goes and helps me like shower off. While we're doing that, the other comic lays in my vomit on
Accidentally rolls
accident
through
because
it.
he was also drunk, and then he comes in and he's just like I'm like in the shower, he's like, I'm not looking, I just have to like wash the vomit out of the it was a bonding experience.
Where were you? Where was your wedding?
It's
We're in,
in slow, like
it's
San
in-
Luis
yeah.
Obispo.
Oh, 3 hours away.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, I got married at the Madonna Inn, Dolly Parton's
sick.
favorite hotel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Madonna
It's
Inn.
so great.
I'm going there with the lady soon.
Are you
Oh,
really?
hell yeah.
Oh, that's like
Have
my
you already picked your room?
No, not yet. No,
Okay,
no,
okay,
no.
okay.
You know what's funny is
Rex recommendations?
I the caveman room, but that's hard to get. Like
It is. We stayed in, I think it was Daisy May, which is also one of there's like 6 cave rooms rooms, and they have cave
The
showers.
rock rooms are cool.
They're
Yeah.
very cool, but there's no flat surfaces. So like it's cool
Yeah.
for like 2 days, and then after that you're like, I just want to set my phone down. Like I don't give a shit about anything else.
I get the
Yeah.
pink champagne cake.
It's amazing.
So good.
How the fuck
Yeah.
do you guys all know the same hotel?
It's
It's like
It's
a
a
very
famous hotel.
I don't know any idea.
Every
shows and
room
stuff?
has a different theme.
Yeah.
You drive by it every time you
Every
go up
time.
to slow.
I
It's
drive
right
by a lot
on-
of things. That
it's
doesn't mean I know what it is.
It's on the freeway. It's got like a big neon sign. It's classy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, every room has like a different theme, and it's like all very intricate and shit. It's really cool. And like, what's funny is before that wedding, like maybe like 2 weeks before, I was talking about how that's kind of like one of my dream like romantic getaways or whatever, and I was talking about it in front of my boyfriend, and he wrote it down in the notes in his phone, and then broke up with me like 2 days later. And then I got to 2 weeks later go to my dream romantic getaway, single and heartbroken, to a wedding.
I'm so sorry.
So, well, you know, the open bar. I think I deserve to throw up in a 2-star
Yeah, I
motel.
think so.
I think it's always great when you get to ruin Paige's wedding.
No, I was gone
waited,
by then.
Yeah, I waited till I got back to the motel. And
Yeah.
you can't ruin a 2-star motel. That's
No.
why they only charged us an extra $20. They only charged.
Oh, that's not enough.
Oh, it's like an Uber cleaning fee.
No.
They only
Uber's
charged
more.
us an
U-
extra.
Uber's like
Because-
$300.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because it was one of those motels that you're like, oh yeah, this is a motel that's meant to be thrown up
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
this
Is there
is,
blood?
this is where you go.
No
to,
blood?
Yeah.
$20.
Blood.
This is where you go to throw up.
I do know we left our reception earlier because we were like, while everyone's still having fun, we're gonna like quietly peace out, go back to our
Irish
hotel,
goodbye.
Irish
Your
goodbye.
wedding. I like that.
And my sister did tell me the next morning at brunch, she was like, yeah, the last time I saw Nicole, she had like a bottle of wine, and she was like, they're just giving these out, and then just walked away. Which they were. Like, they
You're
like
supposed
once,
to bring it to a table, I imagine.
well, no, like once they open a bottle, like you pay per bottle that they open.
Sure, sure.
And so once a bottle's open, like you might as well finish it
And
because it's the same
I might
price
have
either
been
way.
barefoot too. I might have been
Probably.
barefoot, just
I
like
was
with an
barefoot.
open bottle of wine. Just yeah,
Yeah,
you know, I'm a classy broad.
yeah. They actually, here's what's crazy, because you're telling all the stories about the open bar. They refunded us money after that because they were like, you guys didn't drink the deposit yet.
What?
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
I should have drank more.
you could have. You
Yeah,
could
could've
have.
died.
I tipped them a lot too, because I feel bad with open bars because I'm like, what if people aren't tipping and like whatever? So I feel like I have to like compensate, which is also what I do at strip clubs because I feel bad. So like I just spend too much money.
The problem is you want to tip at once, but then they
Yeah.
don't see the tip every time.
Right.
We're like, I'm going to put like a 50 here,
Right.
but like this is for the night. But like, you're like, did everybody see
yeah.
this?
Remember my
Yeah.
face and
Yeah.
this 50.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah,
go
you can't-
together.
It can't really be like, bartenders, attention, please. Big money. This is about me. Me, big money.
One
No
time tip.
cheap. What good service next time.
Yeah.
Good drinks. Good drinks. Tip. You gotta be more subtle than that. Otherwise, you look like a fuck.
Honestly, yeah, that's true. Nothing is hotter than like going on when you're on a date with someone than a guy like tipping, but like also like not making a big deal out of it, but tipping big. Oh, it's so hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never turned on a girl that way for sure.
I've
I love a
ended-
guy who's nice to service people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
and,
can do
and
that.
tips
But the big
big.
tip,
You
just
know,
physically can't do it.
I try to be so nice that it compensates
physically,
for how little I
you
can
don't have a physical big tip.
No.
I mean, I've ended dates for dudes that were not nice to service people, especially because
Yeah,
I was still
absolutely.
working in
That's like the
retail at the
number
time.
one
I
red
was like,
flag.
I hate you.
That is
yeah.
the number one red flag.
Yep.
I'm a little bitch when it comes to the service industry. Like I won't send things back if it's wrong. I'm like, this is fine. I'll just eat this. You know.
I'll just keep these pants for if I'm that size someday.
Yeah. I
Who
won't
knows?
complain.
Life's a journey.
Especially now, because like you know, I'm the demographic that does complain and constantly gets. I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna complain again.
It's not you. It is slightly older. So when I worked
That's
in
true.
retail, I worked in retail for almost 15 years, and so like I saw it shift to where it was like it wasn't terrible to work retail, and then by the time I was like ending like 2017, it was abysmal. Like people treated you so terribly.
I've heard retail's actually the worst, like worse than restaurants, worse than I've heard retail is.
I'm
really
sure
bad.
restaurants are about the same.
I mean, I worked at Starbucks, and it was pretty fucking bad. And I've told stories about it that are pretty fucking bad. But like,
Aren't you guys not allowed to be like go away as a Starbucks employee? Like, isn't that part of the corporate policy to be
they pretty much let people treat us like shit.
Yeah.
I felt like, but like, it was. Yeah, it sucked. And there is a way to do it. Like if someone comes back and says like, "Oh, this is wrong. I ordered this." Fine. Like I'll fix it for you. I want to fix it for you. I want to do a good job, whatever. But like it's the way people did it. Is insane.
I think it's because it's people who've never worked in retail. Because I feel like as someone who did, it's very rare that I ever get angry, even when something is like legitimately wrong. Because in my mind, I'm like, they want it to be right. They've always wanted it to be right. I always wanted it to be right. So if I go to them and point it out, it should be okay. And I don't get angry at anybody until I've pointed it out. It should be okay. And they're just like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Then we've declared war.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who just like don't fucking care. They're like, yeah, I'll go to the back and check, and then they don't. I mean,
that's everybody.
Yeah.
We're never checking in the back.
I've never. Is there actually a back? Is that a thing? I actually, in my mind, the back doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
It does. But
I've never asked.
It's never very big, and so there's like a limited amount of stuff back there, and you're always being pushed to get stuff on the floor because that's where people buy it from.
Right.
So like the goal is to have as little in the back as possible. And so whenever someone's like, "Can you check the back?" You're like, "I already know what's back there. It's like 4 boxes and a toilet that has a door that doesn't close." Like, yeah.
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 So basically,
How much is
the
the
back
toilet?
doesn't exist.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not even supposed to let you know it's there because
Yeah.
it's technically not safe enough for customers to use.
But you guys use it.
Yeah, we have to use it.
See, that's
they
the thing.
classify it as safe for employees, but not for the
That's
general
what's
public.
insane to me is there's stuff that it's like, oh yeah, this isn't for the customers because it's not good enough, but you guys.
But you
Yeah,
guys can
yeah.
have it.
I had a shit in a parking lot one time because I went into a store. Every shit I take is a big deal, and I asked the guy.
Wow, sounds important.
It's
Yeah.
very important. Yeah, it's urgent.
Yeah.
And I went into it's Berkeley, California, so it's still there. It's a video rental store, whatever. That's just the kind of town it is.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Where do you shit?" Because he's like, "We don't have a bathroom," and he was like, "There's no bathroom here." And I just kept asking him, "Where do you shit?" And I was like, "I'm gonna shit in your parking lot." And I remember I went behind his dumpster, but I looked at him, and he could see me out the window, and I scratched down and I just looked at him, and I shit right in his parking lot.
Here's the thing. I've been that guy,
Uh-huh.
and I had someone scream that at me, and I felt terrible because I'm like, if you go back there and even touch anything or claim that anything hit you, I am immediately fired, and as are like half the people here. Like, and the health department would sometimes show up fake and be like, "Can I use your toilet?" And if you let them, they're like, "You're not supposed to let anybody." And you're just like, "Oh, like foiled again by the health department."
Oh man.
So I feel it, but also at a certain point, it's like, well, the parking lot's not that guy's problem. So he was probably like, well, today's interesting, but
Yeah, I gave him something to talk about when he went
Yeah,
home.
absolutely.
Yeah, I made his day.
He didn't have to clean it up.
No, of
I
course
like to
not.
imagine he slow clapped you.
How did you
Yeah.
wipe?
Wow.
I would have.
McDonald's bags.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in the car.
Bags?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there's multiple McDonald's bags in that car.
I mean, that's
Not a great point in my life. I'm shitting in a parking lot. What do
Right.
you
Yeah,
want from
yeah,
me?
yeah. Yeah.
But you
has
could have
them?
grabbed some napkins from somewhere, you know.
There's probably napkins in the bag, but I wasn't.
But
I was
you were
trying to
just
get
like,
out of
nah.
there. I was trying to get out of there.
Nah, I don't care. Paper cuts on my ass. It is. It's fine.
One time, somebody shit right behind our back door that we would open for deliveries, but the door opened outward.
Oh.
So they had shit. So like, if we were to open the door all the way, it would just make like a rainbow of
frost the
shit
cake.
and frost the cake.
Yeah.
So I had to take 2 cardboard boxes and use them like giant tweezers and like fling the shit into a dumpster. But then in that dumpster, we found a wig and a bunch of needles. So I think we know
Sure.
who shit there.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever shit your
A
pants?
guy who turned into a bunch of
absolutely.
needles.
Yeah.
Yeah, not recently, but I definitely have. Yeah.
You shit your pants, Tom?
Like in my adult life, like one time.
I shit my pants this year on my girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah.
And she saw it.
Did
She
you
saw
give
me,
it
well,
to
she
her?
saw me throwing my underwear away in the
Oh.
bathroom.
Oh no.
It's awesome.
Yeah, one time when I was
That's love.
No, I think the last time. Oh no, two in my adult life because when I had COVID, I had like the gut COVID. So that was it. And then one time I was really worried about a girl I was dating. She hadn't contacted me in a while, and then she texted me because I was worried that she was like in trouble or something. Girlfriend, and I shit my pants on my stomach.
Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
Your butt's behind you.
I know.
Wait, how did this happen? Tom?
VC's stronger than gravity. A lot of people don't
That's
know
not
that.
true.
Were you laying
Yes.
down?
I was laying
You're
down.
Oh,
down.
okay. So
Okay,
it
I can
was-
see that
it,
happen,
like,
so it just kinda, like,
flowed upward.
Splattered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't picture it. Yeah, I don't. I feel like you guys are
I
just
feel
trying
like-
to move on.
No. Have you ever babysat like an infant, like a baby?
I like that this is the age that's appropriate
Yes.
for it.
Yes, I've been around.
It ends up everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So like,
Yeah.
when babies have diapers on and they have like a wet shit, it'll end up on their neck. It'll end up all up their front. Like,
Yeah.
I have had to bathe infants
But I
because
feel
they
like-
just took
I
one.
feel, but I feel like
parent's shit.
I feel like that's because they've been
what
like
do you mean?
sitting in it and moving around in it. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like,
what I think's
I
going
feel
on
like
too.
you're saying this happened
Mine
like
didn't get on
immediately.
my
Yeah.
own neck. That was
Well,
the baby.
It was the baby. The baby was just sitting in a chair and just like, I think it was just velocity, and it just like
Were you wearing rubber
rushed
pants?
up the
And
back.
it hit it like a ramp.
The poo did not get to my head, Brian.
They got to your belly.
No, I was laying on my belly.
Oh.
Wait, did you guys think my belly got covered in
Yes.
shit?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
that's
you
what I thought.
you shit your pants and you said on your belly, and we thought the shit got on your belly,
No,
but you were laying on your
I
belly
was
when you
on
shit your
my
pants.
belly when I shit my
Okay.
pants.
He's in a
Okay.
senior photo pose.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
shit
yeah,
himself.
with a little basketball between his feet.
Yeah, we legitimately thought you like shit your stomach. Like we thought you.
How would I do that?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
that's what we
what
were.
we were
That's what we were
asking, Tom.
trying
But
to
Tom,
figure
Am
out.
I wearing? Yeah.
If
well,
anyone
I'm glad we didn't
could.
just move on.
Am I
because
wearing
we figured we
suspenders in
solved
this?
this
Like this-
mystery.
No,
one
but
of
like,
those old guys who wears the fucking like pants up to his nipples and pretends it's normal.
Yes, that's. I don't know, something.
Yeah.
something, but you're the only person I feel like who could pull it off. Like, if somebody was like, hey, I know a guy who shit on his stomach, I'd be like, I don't believe you. And they were like, it was Tom Goss. I'd be like, well, it happened to happen somehow.
I did. Yeah, I have cum on my face, but not shit on my stomach.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
that math adds
Jets.
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
we've all
does
come
that
on the
happen to
face.
everybody?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
I've come on my face. Sure.
Well, then why does everyone act like it's weird when I do it?
Because do
Do you do it on
when
purpose?
you do it?
Do you do it
Are
on
you-
purpose?
Are you at
accident?
Are you at dinner? And you
Are you
but I'm
planning
eating
it out?
something.
Is it in your
Hey,
schedule?
Are you telling people every time you do it? Like, what? What's,
yeah.
people give you shit for
well,
this?
there's a group chat. Oh.
There's a group chat where you talk
Yeah.
about when you jizz on your face.
No, that was a joke.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some weird group
There's
chats.
It's
some
called
weird-
eggplant emoji, plant emoji. Yeah.
I feel like there's people who like send each other pictures of their shit and stuff. you
Somebody
know?
Yeah, I
showed
always
me a
get out of
picture
those.
of their shit at a comedy festival because they wanted me to send it to my husband.
Why?
Because the guy had managed to shit in a complete circle around the bowl unbroken, which it's kind of impressive.
impressive.
And I was like, did you like wiggle around? He's like, no, I was sitting completely still. And I was like, this is a mathematic miracle.
yeah.
Is your husband some kind of like shitting expert?
No, I guess
Doctor?
the guy
He's
just
into
knew
circles.
him from Facebook, and he was like, he'd think it's funny. And I was like, you don't know him.
He knew him from Facebook.
I was like,
See,
he
this
might.
is men. This is men because
this is
this
old
person will
people.
want to see a picture of my shit,
Right.
and she'll want to see a picture of my dick. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
She seems like a girl who likes pictures of dicks.
Right.
I know her.
That is a sign of old age. I've been told the logs get longer.
Oh, I was talking
Oh,
about
really?
Facebook
Interesting.
friends having meeting, but that
Yeah,
also
yeah.
makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that true?
that's what I was told by my grandfather.
At what age does it start becoming one piece?
I don't know.
I
What-
feel like
mean,
a
what
long
if your
log
grandfather
is healthy?
just was like long log Larry? Like that was just his
Yeah.
body. He had just like
Did
Well,
he
I-
discuss this with other
a
old
straight
people?
shot colon or something.
No, I'm sure he didn't do a focus study or anything.
I'm
like
gonna
that.
Okay.
look this up.
So here's the
Google
quick
it.
chicken or the egg question.
Okay.
Does the turds get longer with the balls or the balls get longer with the turds?
Oh.
See, I don't think the turds get longer. I think they just don't break.
Okay.
So they get drier, I
Yeah,
guess.
that might be
How
it. A little more
does
glutinous.
Your poop
Yeah.
change
Yeah.
As you get old.
age.
Is anyone else getting hungry?
For what?
Talking about all that cum on your face.
And the poo.
All those logs.
All that cum and poo talk.
Yeah. You know, fun.
I
mean, this is just saying you
definitely-
get constipated more.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense though, because then it's dry.
Yeah.
This much coming poo. What are we at? Chuck E. Cheese? This is great.
I think we're at about like 10 minutes into this podcast, so like par for the course
Yeah,
for the other
yeah, that's
episodes
true.
ever.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we haven't had a shit episode yet, you know?
Oh. Well, make it this one. I bought a like travel squatty potty, and it's the best.
You
I
know
don't
what? I
understand
need to
this
get one of the.
squatty
I will sit like like this on the toilet because I think like the higher you get your legs, I feel like the better.
It is.
It's nice. I had a podcast that was sponsored by a bidet company that also gave us a squatty
Squatty potty?
potty, and man, those are the
Did
best
you get
shits
a
of my life.
bidet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
I
Really
love a
nice
bidet.
one.
I love bidets.
I left it at my old house.
No.
It just seemed like a weird thing to move.
Yeah, because you have to like pipe it into the wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is for y'all.
Oh man, yeah. Like my parents installed one that had like the different temperatures
That's
of
what we got.
water
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
Angles, seat
dude.
warmer.
I would do ice cold
a
full
front,
blast.
front one, the back one.
Just wake you up in the morning.
yeah. Or at night, whatever. Yeah, ice cold full blast. That was my move because it had settings, so I could just hit one,
Yeah.
and then it would go right to the perfect spot, and then the right perfect temperature and pressure.
Yes.
You guys ever use a Japanese bidet?
Yes.
What's
It's in
that?
Japanese. It makes it impossible to use.
I
that's
had
the first
no
time I
idea
ran
what I
into
was
one.
doing, but
Yeah.
Were you in Japan?
No.
What's different about it?
Yeah.
Just
My friend's rich parents bought bidets before anyone in America had them, and so they had Japanese ones.
Yeah. But it's all symbols and then Japanese. So
Yeah,
you
and there's
just,
symbols that you don't know because
Yeah.
they're not like normalized like bathroom symbols. So you're just like, I don't know what this is telling me to do. Yeah.
Well, the first one I used, they had emojis, but they weren't like the emojis that we had. They were like
Right.
different and then it was also just like kanji and shit. So I just
just
gotta
tried
press
different-
buttons
Yeah, you just
until
gotta figure
water
it out.
squirts out.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I press all the buttons anyway. I'm like, ooh, what does this do? You know?
On the bidets,
Yeah.
you got to get sponsored by a bidet company.
Yeah.
You know how I got that sponsorship? I just tweeted out one time that I wanted sparkling water in my bidet because I felt like I would feel cleaner because I had just watched
Yeah.
that OxyClean guy.
Yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Mays.
Yeah, Billy Mays. I was looking, went in a YouTube hole of him, and I was like, "Oh, sparkling water would be great in a bidet. Really, the bubbles will clean you."
Mm-hmm.
And this company was like, "You could
Feel
do that with
weird.
our travel bidet." And then we started tweeting back and forth.
Oh, because it's got
'Cause
the
you can
reservoir that you
phys-
fill.
yeah,
and
you
then
can put literally like a
Yes.
Perrier bottle into
Yeah.
the travel one.
Oh, you can shoot so much stuff up your butt.
Yeah.
This
You
kind
can
of
shoot
feels
whatever
like
you want up your butt.
putting champagne in your car instead of gas. Like, wouldn't regular water do the?
You mean like in the
very
radiator?
expensive-
Like, because if you put it in there instead of gas, it's not going to do anything.
No,
But
no,
I
no.
guess
They,
you
they
could-
say like it'd be cheaper to fill your car with champagne, like when gas prices.
I guess.
It's like a
but
saying, right?
no.
I've never heard it. But
I mean, I always say, like, what does your car run on Fabergé eggs? But, like, that's the same idea of, like, filling
Yeah.
it with something so expensive.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if the car doesn't move, then what's the point?
I feel like
I just thought bubbles on my asshole would feel
yeah,
nice.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I feel like the fizziness would.
Yeah.
would,
Yeah.
would
I
be
don't like how it
interesting.
feels in my mouth, and I don't want my mouth when I drink it to feel like my butthole.
Right.
But what if you learn that you really like your butthole to feel that way?
Then I guess that would be a good day.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then yeah.
Yeah, I never. You don't want your mouth to feel like your butthole.
Nah, not really.
I think isn't your mouth made of the same like skin as your
Yeah,
butthole?
taste buds.
Viscous tissue, yes.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's some of the
Whatever.
thinnest membranes in your body, your mouth, your anus, and then if you have a vulva, the interior of your vaginal walls.
It's all the same shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all viscous flesh on the inside, brother.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. We're all anus.
That'd make a good T-shirt.
Have you ever used a squatty potty, Tom?
You know, we had one at the old house I lived at, and
Yeah.
I tried it once,
Mm-hmm.
and I fucking hated it, and so I'd kick it out every time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What did you hate about it?
Yeah.
This is gonna sound very weird.
All right.
I'm sure.
Legs up like that, felt vulnerable to attack, and I started getting anxiety.
That's not weird to me at all.
Yeah, like-
That's the most.
That's not weird to me.
That actually makes the most sense coming from you.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I would.
But you were
expect.
actually coiled like a cobra.
Yeah.
Actually, when you're like that,
Like
that's
poised to strike.
yeah, you're in an explosive position.
Yeah, but you don't want to explode off a thing that can just slide underneath you.
Yeah, they're not very sturdy.
Yeah.
That's true.
I had a dog that would not shit if you were watching her.
Yeah.
Like she refused to shit if anyone was watching
If
her.
you gave her $1, she would do it though. You got a tip.
I
tip
mean,
the
that's
dog.
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
extra
enough.
if you
That's
wanna
not enough
watch.
for shitting. But yeah, she and I found out it's because like apparently dogs like when you're shitting, that's when you're like the most vulnerable.
That's why my cat always comes in the bathroom when I go to the bathroom.
To guard.
Yeah,
That's sick.
that makes sense. Yeah, because my dog would always do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are your most vulnerable when you're shitting.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
Well,
I'm
sleeping,
wise
really,
with the
but
squatted
yeah.
body thing.
I mean, maybe.
yeah, I
I'm
guess-
5'2", so many toilets are too tall, and so
That
squatty
makes
potty is
sense.
like a brilliant invention for me.
So it's more like a stepping stool for you.
I mean, because typically if I sit on, like some toilets, older toilets are fine. Newer toilets are too tall. And so I end up with like just my tiptoes on the floor. And so if you have to take a shit, good fucking luck. Your legs are swinging. That's like all back muscle.
Yeah.
So,
But you
gotta-
can
gotta
swing
do
the
that.
legs
do
to
that.
get
Yeah.
leverage, baby.
yeah, but like, you know, that's tough while you're trying to manage to keep stuff in a small hole. But the squatty potty alleviates the issue.
Yes.
I mean, he's just
Tom
an
is the
idea
worst
guy.
ninja ever.
So wait, you think you are less vulnerable if you're sitting there swinging your legs?
Yeah.
Because you're
Then
already in
they're
kicking
propped
motion.
up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
self-defense.
You just got to angle your foot correctly for the kick.
How many times have you been attacked on the toilet?
Yeah.
Define attacks.
that's when I would attack
Oh, boy.
someone.
Let's not define that at all. Yeah, this is gonna get real sad.
With a spear.
With a spear, never.
Again, wrong word. Let's.
Oh man. With ninja stars.
They just started. I haven't been attacked with the weapon on the toilet before.
By
Well,
an
then-
animal?
Look, I played sports. Sports, you wait till your friends
Are
doing-
naked and then
yes,
you-
and shitting,
Yes.
and that's when you like throw things at them.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Or-
in sports they all just want to see each other naked. That's just a thing.
I never liked it. I always felt uncomfortable. I always like even when I like put on my athletic cup, I'd put a towel around me just for modesty. Like
I feel like that makes you a bigger target.
no, other people did it, but everyone would be like, "Why is this guy just fucking like?" There'd be guys who really wanted to make a point to be like, look how much my cock is out," and I'm like, I don't really want to.
I just feel like people like there's like different kind like a lot of dudes it did not matter that they were naked. They didn't care. Like
Yeah.
everything was just normal. They were just naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not me though. I'm with you on that.
No, I was very
Yeah.
self-conscious.
Yeah,
It was always like 50-50, I'd say, between people who like, but anyone who didn't like cover up was just like, they would really take their time to have like, it's like, you ever know, it was like the male equivalent of when like girls fish for compliments about their hair or whatever.
Oh,
and just
yeah.
like, it would just hang out for a while. Like, what
Do
you
they
guys
go-
up to?
Do they go? Do
My
they
dick
go,
is so
"My
small.
dick- I wish my dick was bigger.
My dick feels so fat today.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? You got a hammer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't let anyone make you feel bad for it.
Yeah.
I should be so lucky.
I wish I had your cock.
Yeah.
That thing's a piece, brother.
Yeah.
I've been eating laxatives
That's
for
a 10.
days, and I can't look like that.
That is a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you've got a great personality.
When I played soccer, we used to think it was funny to pants each other.
Sure.
And my coach got so mad because he
Was
was,
it a guy?
yeah, and he was like,
Yeah, he's like, don't put me in this.
Yeah.
position."
Is
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
who's coach?
he got so fucking
Yeah,
mad, and
he's
we were like,
spraying
why is he
fucking
being?
mace in his eyes?
He was like, why? We were like, why is he being so weird about this? We're just having fun now. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, as someone who's coached high school girls sports, I really hated it when the girls just started taking their clothes up, like changing. I was like, can you guys just fucking wait until I like turn around or something?
Yeah.
It's just,
Where
Wait,
were you
yeah,
when
were
this
they
is
on the
happening?
field?
In the showers, don't worry about
Every
it.
time I was looking through the hole in the wall that I drilled, I would
Like,
get so
hey,
mad at that.
hey,
Well, they wouldn't
wait
be,
till
like,
I walk
naked, but
away.
it's like- they were like like high school girls, they'd be like in their fucking like training bra and like Spanx and like.
Well, that's how they run.
They're fine. I'm wondering, where are you at this
I'm
moment?
coaching. I'm on the. But they did it on the field. We didn't have locker rooms. I'd be like, just give me a heads up to turn
Because of
around.
that Olympic soccer lady who took her shirt off.
But I feel like
I don't know what that is.
like
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brandy Chastain.
Brandy Chastain, yeah.
Well, how old was she?
And she was an adult
Yeah.
woman.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
but
It's very different things.
well, like the runners and shit that like in high school, I feel like they were always in their sports bras and just like spandex.
I know. It always
just
make
like a thing.
it would make me uncomfortable.
We weren't allowed to because I went to a Christian school, so we were fully clothed at all times.
This is why
Did you
Jesus
play
is good.
sports?
This is why Jesus is good. Yes, I did. I actually I lettered in track 4 years in a row
Oh wow.
because I threw discus and shot put, and then I played volleyball as well. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I was picturing that one that's very violent, the
Fighting?
lacrosse.
Oh,
I was
lacrosse. We
picturing
didn't
No,
have
that's
a
what
lacrosse.
I coached.
Yeah, we didn't have a
You coached
lacrosse
lacrosse?
team,
Yep.
but it looks fun.
I feel like it's a good. Did you play lacrosse? I feel like that's an angry sport.
It is an angry. It's
Yeah.
like
That and rugby.
I wish I'd played it.
I played rugby too. Yeah.
I wish I'd played it. I feel like I needed to get out
Played
some
lacrosse
aggression.
and are you rich?
Is that a rich people thing?
Yeah, those
They're-
are rich
they're
sports.
from Orange County.
Lacrosse is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
like where I grew up, that was, I mean, the only people playing lacrosse were maybe some Choctaws that weren't on the fucking Trail of Tears.
yeah.
Like there is,
It was
yeah.
only at the rich schools where I grew up too.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
It-
it was extra insurance to have lacrosse and rugby.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was
pretty
at a
rare.
public school.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, they started. Also, I'm younger than you guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
What
I-
does that mean?
Well, in the last lacrosse has had a
It
surge
became
in,
more, like,
public
popular.
high
Yeah.
school
Oh, okay.
stuff.
Because like I went to a
'Cause it
public
was only
school and
private
we
schools.
weren't like super
Yeah.
rich or anything.
When
There
I was a
lacrosse.
freshman, it was my first year where they had it as a sanctioned
Yeah.
sport.
Mm.
There was no like
or-
golf team.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we did in Georgia. We had a golf team. Yeah, for
You had a
sure.
golf team?
We-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what are you rich?
Yeah.
It was Muni courses,
What is that?
public courses.
Public courses.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
have a
I
golf
don't know what
team.
that means.
Yeah.
The school that I went to has a golf team now, but it's like independent. So like if you want to play golf, you can play on the team, but basically you practice on your own time.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man, lacrosse and rugby. That's like, to me, that I picture you in Connecticut. You know.
Yeah, I like weird shit. Well, I played rugby as an adult. I didn't play for very long.
Rugby's just like extra violent football, right?
I think it's less violent. They always say that football would be less damaging if they took the pads off.
It's
Because
Really?
they have to go slower. They have to hit a little softer.
it is
Interesting.
more violent, less harmful. If
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense
It like the injuries you're getting in football are more serious because of that.
because they hit harder.
Yeah,
However, you can get away with just pure like
You can just kick people in the balls and shit.
yeah,
in
you're
rugby.
you're just
Yeah.
gonna get kicked more. You get you can some guys could get away with biting like. There's all
Well, I've
sorts of
heard that
shit
people like tape their ears back and stuff sometimes so that they don't like get torn
Yeah.
in the scrum.
In the
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, the huddle thing where
Yeah.
they fight over the ball or whatever.
It's called the scrum.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like a
Yeah, it is.
A
Also
nutsack
that.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
the water polo's like that too because it like they can't really see what's going on underwater.
Yeah.
So like girls would like fucking like file their toenails
Oh
so
shit!
that they could like scratch them.
They
and
don't
shit.
see the fucking blood in the water.
No, just the sharks.
It got brutal. I used to. This is so embarrassing. I was a sports writer for the UCLA newspaper, but they made me cover women's water polo, and so like
You
I
did
was.
an expose on the nail filing.
No, I know I didn't do any expose. Yeah, that's the thing is they wouldn't really let us do anything like
Controversial.
Yeah, no, it was just like, oh, this is what happened, and then they said, oh yeah, we'll just take it one game at a time, and
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
but yeah, the girls would tell me like all the violent shit that happens underwater. Like they were brutal, and girls I feel like are more violent than men. I think when they can be
They
like roller derby, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I fucking love roller derby.
I would
though.
love to play roller derby.
I have friends from high school that do roller derby now as adults.
What
Yeah.
What is roller derby exactly?
You just hitting people in a circle.
Yeah, you
Well,
basically just skate while you beat the
there's-
shit out of
There's
people.
two different kinds. There's one with like a slanted track or a flat track. But essentially, you're moving in teams and you're trying to lap other team members or swing them off the track. It's brutal.
So as long as one of your teammates is in first place, you're winning.
No, it's like
The whole team has to get around the
well,
other.
you're trying to like as many teammates as you can get forward. So like sometimes you'll see people like grab onto one of their own teammates and swing them ahead.
Shake and bake.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's
Yeah,
like
they-
NASCAR on your feet.
They
Now
like,
I get it.
Yeah, there you go.
They like pull each other's hair and shit. It gets violent.
Punches,
Yeah.
elbows. Yeah.
But like in like little costumes that they'll wear.
with fun pun names.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was always like punk girls that I was
Yeah.
around that played
Yeah.
roller derby.
It's like if the WWE was hot and
Yeah.
athletic.
If you were, like-
not staged.
Like sporty burlesque. Like
Yes.
if you're
Totally.
like, I'm
Yeah.
not really into burlesque. I'm more of an athletic person, but I do love fishnets, roller derby.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
I've
Yeah.
been to 2 burlesque shows in the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Really, burlesque is
Because you do
back?
comedy.
I think I actually love it.
Oh, I love burlesque.
I think I love burlesque.
I almost did burlesque instead of comedy.
Why can't you do it and?
I mean, you can.
They
I-
always put it together. And
They always put it together. It doesn't always work because I
doesn't-
ended up liking comedy a lot, and then I went to like one pole dancing class, and I was like, "This is not for me."
No, I mean I don't think burlesque. Like you don't have to be on a pole for. Burlesque.
No, I know, but I was just like, "Yeah, I'm not digging this whole vibe." I
Here-
like watching other people do it.
Here's
though.
what I love about burlesque is actually the first time I went to a burlesque show, I cried because there's
Was it an inspirational burlesque?
yes, no, there's so
all
many.
burlesque is inspirational if you try hard.
There's so many different like types of
Yes.
women, and they're all fucking sexy.
Yep.
Like they all have this confidence and dance, like they're fucking so hot, and like they are. And then like it doesn't like some of them are skinny with no boobs, and some of them are bigger, and some of them have no boobs and a big ass. Like it's just so many different like types of women, and they were all hot, and it made me cry. Like I was just like, this is fucking beautiful, and it made me feel hot.
The story would have more potency if you weren't always crying.
Well, I mean,
I do cry a lot, but it's not often like a happy, inspired.
Yeah.
cry.
Because we went to a strip club together where it was pretty much all the same kind of body, and you cried there too.
But that was because I spent too much money.
Yeah, but you were aware of what you were doing while you were doing
but no one was
one
respecting the
tricked you.
butts enough, right?
Yeah, no, they weren't. They
well,
were not.
no, you
respecting
just
the
didn't
butts.
understand strip club etiquette, where you're supposed to tip like $1, maybe a couple of extra dollars.
You're supposed to undervalue the women. I see. I get it.
Yes.
Well, you're supposed to pace yourself.
Yeah,
I did
pace
not.
yourself.
I did not pace myself, and then I was like, oh no, now what do I do? Because I can't like not tip the rest of the women. I guess you're supposed to leave when you're out of money, but I didn't.
I mean, yeah, usually.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's why you do it one at a time. Of like, oh, she's trying really hard. Then you give her more money. You're like, I respect that you're trying hard. I was sitting back. I didn't have much money to throw. I threw out
Yeah.
$10. You were
Did you
just
ball it up and throw a
Just
fastball?
putting nickels down one at a time.
you literally like within 3 songs, you guys had thrown at least $150 between the two of you.
Me and Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, we went with another girl who's like an Atlanta comic. She's fucking awesome, Sam Severin. And I just met her, and we're like, we're going to a strip club, and she was like, fuck yeah. And we went in there, and the minute we walked through the door, Sam just starts throwing like piles of money on these girls. So I was like, I guess that's what we're supposed to do. And so
Had Sam ever been to a strip club before?
Yeah, I think she's
See,
just
I've
like,
never been to a lady one. I've only been to like a male review.
oh really?
Yeah, I've been to tons of burlesque shows, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
what is a male review?
like Magic Mike,
yeah, like because
Thunder Down Under.
male strippers do more like routines.
Yeah, it's
like,
not
they
the
do like
same.
dance.
Isn't it? I thought it was just a bunch of guys helicoptering.
No.
No, it's no.
Women
They-
like theater, men like improv.
They'll wear like suits and a hat, and then like they'll all do like a dance routine.
Oh, it's like gay.
where yeah.
Yeah, they all
Yeah,
dress
yeah.
up like they have jobs, and
Yeah.
that's why it's attractive to
It's
us.
like gay.
And then
Yeah, yeah, like
but-
homoerotic.
But the
Yeah,
one,
It is very vaguely homoerotic.
I wasn't being like
Oh, I
stupid.
didn't-
I
no,
meant
okay.
legitimately
But it
like
is-
homosexual.
it is
Okay.
mostly like women in there, and they'll come out.
Well, she said jobs, and
Well,
then she
no.
said they're like all ripped and stuff. And you're like,
He-
oh, so they're gay. Like I missed the part that.
No, he's right though, because
Yeah.
if you know a lot of gay men, it becomes a little less attractive because you're like, I'm pretty sure they're all gay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
for
But
sure.
the other like women who have traveled there from the Midwest who've never seen a gay in real life
Right,
have no.
right.
They're like, he's hairless. I love it, and you're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
don't know.
and they'll
Yeah.
come around and smack your butt a little bit and like whatever.
Yeah.
But
Right.
but it's mostly like routine. And the one I went to, they didn't show their dicks.
No, I've never seen. One
It
where
was
they
like
show
it
their
was
dicks.
just like
don't
like
think
they
they
would take
can.
their hat and cover.
But
their,
don't they do the
like,
banana hammock where you can still
Yeah.
helicopter in that thing?
No,
can't
they're
you?
like tight,
Oh.
so you can see the bulge.
I don't think. I don't think they helicoptered
No, I've never seen.
because
I
don't-
mean, I've seen a helicopter dick, just not in a public forum.
because we
Right.
don't care about like we care about dicks like when we're fucking them, but like we don't care about like seeing a dick. Like we're
Yeah.
not like
What are some
"Woo,
names?"
It's like
dick."
how men feel about like ears or whatever.
I guess
Yeah,
we don't
and
care
no
about
one
a dick
know.
until we care about who it's attached to.
Exactly. Yeah.
What are some names of reviews? Like, are they all?
There's
There's
Chippendales,
Chippendales.
Yeah, I know
Hollywood
Chippendales.
Men is the other one.
Thunder Down Under.
Thunder Down Under. Right now there's Magic Mike XXL, The Experience, or whatever it is.
Where is that? Is that at Universal Studios?
No.
I feel like most of them are in Vegas.
Almost
It's
all of
just-
them are in Vegas. Hollywood Men's the only one here, I think.
Mm,
I've never been to one here. I've only done it in Vegas.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like, but yeah, they are probably all.
But don't a lot of
But
like if you
you've
just
done
go
it.
to like a gay club, don't they have like the dude go?
Yeah, that's more fun actually.
I danced in a cage at a gay thing for a
I was-
free drink one time.
I was.
Did
think-
you really?
Oh,
Yeah.
You
I
danced
was-
in a cage? How did you
I
feel?
was fully clothed.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It was an after hours party in Athens, Georgia, and this old gay guy was like, "I'll buy you a drink if you dance in that cage." And I was like, "All right."
Are you a good dancer?
No, it's horrible.
I was thinking about doing it because I heard
I'd
you
do
can make
it.
good money.
You can, but you would be limited to very specific bars.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I heard that's where I'd get the good.
Yeah.
money.
Oh,
He'd be
like
at bars like called like flannels.
yes. Motherlode.
Roseanne.
yeah.
Hungry Jack.
When I should,
Roseanne. I just heard that.
Like you'd be popular the same place my husband would be, because like
Yeah.
my husband gets hit on by dudes a lot.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
yeah,
Well, I
the,
think
the bear bars.
It's the bear
yeah.
bars. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get hit on. I feel sometimes I feel bad that I can't participate because I'm doing it for somebody,
Right.
Right.
and it's not who does it for me.
Right.
We've all been there.
Real feels like some
Yeah.
Shakespearean bullshit with this
Well, you're
gay
like
straight thing.
you're like
you know?
you're like lesbian porn. You know,
How?
because men are watching it, but they're not. But you know, they're lesbians, so they're not into the men.
Wait, what?
Like-
the men are.
Men watch lesbian
Are-
porn, but
Yes.
Are you surprised by the fact that lesbians don't want to fuck the men?
No.
You're like, you
No,
think they
I'm-
wanted you to join?
I'm trying to. No. I'm trying
Boy,
to
they're really
figure out
making
where
do with
I
what they
fit in
have.
this.
They wish I was there. I know
Well,
they do.
but you are the lesbian porn of this equation.
Yeah.
Gay guys are
Okay.
into you.
You are lesbian
but you
porn.
exist outside the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you should like make like an OnlyFans, because then you
Oh.
don't have to do anything.
I would probably double my income if I made an OnlyFans.
Absolutely, you would.
Whoa, what does
Tom.
that mean?
Not a lot.
You'd have like 12 whole dollars.
yeah.
Before we all give him credit.
You'd be surprised. It's a lot. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of weird DMs, but like,
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
You
sure
know.
you already do. I've
Yeah.
inherited some Mean Boys fans.
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's been a while.
Same.
yeah.
That is. It's been a while since. I mean, weird sexually, it's definitely been a second, but they're memorable. They're very memorable.
Yeah, it'll be stuff like, I want to chew candle wax out of your chest hair. And you're just like, how'd you even think of that?
Yeah.
Where
But
did
that's
that come from?
At
there
that
was
point,
a-
it's an office email.
There was a guy who kept.
Who cares? You know, it's as annoying.
That's true, because it's just work. It's income.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, Jerry, see you by the water cooler.
There was a guy who kept.
Your card was declined. No more DMs.
Lindsay Jennings, who has an OnlyFans, she literally has things that are just like pre-typed up things
Yeah.
that she
Right.
just like will type in a word and then it'll just type it all for her.
It
And
just
it's just
goes,
like,
awesome,
there you go.
thanks.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had those before I got married. For just in general in life,
You had
I had pre-typed out stuff in a document that I would just copy and paste when people would be weird on Messenger.
what is being married? Do people stop being weird after you get married?
It almost completely stopped, but I think
Really?
it's because I'm very public about being married.
Right.
Like people, like if you took enough time to look at my like profile on anything, you've probably figured it out.
And creeps do like to look through the profile.
Sometimes I still like some people still like slip through. or
do.
How do you
Tom's
know
the
that?
weirdest
No.
Oprah ever.
I'm supporting her thesis.
it's true. I still get some where somebody clearly didn't look at anything but my profile picture, or I get ones where guys are like, I know you're married, but if you weren't, and then long paragraph of crazy, but those are much fewer and far between.
Has anybody been like, I know you're married, but I can join?
Yes. What was really interesting was it was both I've had two different couples try that, but they were all
Oh.
comics. So
They
it was
were
like people I
comics?
knew in
But comics are
person.
usually so good at boundaries.
I know female comics who are they don't want to post their boyfriends like on their profile because they are afraid they will lose followers if
Yeah.
if they publicly have a boyfriend.
I've lost followers when I've had. See, here's the thing: is like there's a male equivalent. You just have to. You have to.
I'm
divide it.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like at the heat of certain levels. I don't want to say success because I'm not successful in any way. If you're doing a thing that is popular, you will absolutely see people unfollow you and stuff if you post a photo with somebody else or anything like that.
Yeah.
I saw a flip. So I lost a bunch of followers.
But gain females.
Yes. I
Yeah.
gained a
'Cause
million.
You're not a threat anymore.
That's what
Yes.
I want.
And I gained 1.5 million chubby women in the Midwest who think I'm their best friend, and then a bunch of single moms who are like, "You go, girl,"
Yeah.
and your husband seems real nice, and you're just like, "Okay, please don't message him though." And yeah,
That's what I get. It's just like girls who want to be my best friend.
yeah.
I'm not afraid of like, cause I don't know. I don't feel like anyone is following me because they're like interested, but maybe I've just never, because if someone's following me because of that, like I don't want, like I want comedy fans.
Yeah.
You know, like
No, you
I
don't.
why not?
That's all I have. They're very weird. But they feel
They
they feel
a little-
betrayed super quick. If you do
Yeah.
something that doesn't line up with their exact, because I don't have any followers, but the ones I do have are hyper comedy nerds.
I mean, I have comedy fans, but like I'm saying, I don't want like the people that I mean, maybe they would come out to shows, but they'd be creepy. Like I want followers that if I have a show, they'll come out to the show.
yeah,
I've only like just now gotten to that after pandemic, where like I had a show on Friday and I had like 6 different people that didn't come together that were there from
Sick.
podcast
That's great.
shit. But like, and they were all super cool because like the people who tend to come out and see you in person are pretty cool. It's the people that you never meet that feel like they know you. That's
Yes.
creepy. But people get like super betrayed. Where if I'm like, I don't like this movie, they're like, but I thought you would, and it's like,
I thought you were me.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, but you don't know me, and I have my own thoughts and opinions, and you have to be okay with that.
No, it's tricky because like that is absolutely a thing. But if I want people to know if they're a fan of me, I am you, and you should follow me.
I would just be like, yeah, I like whatever you like, dude. Like I don't know.
I don't answer. I don't answer anybody.
I was actually very
Never
mean
have.
to a lot of people this weekend, like, because I'm so sick. You know what? It never bothered me before. Like, I was like, oh, that's annoying. But for some reason, this one, like, really, like, triggered where a guy comes up and he goes to fist bump me and goes, I don't think women are funny.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. But
I never
you were
understand.
great.
Yeah.
And Ed Larson, who hosted, he was right next to me. He goes, "That's a great way to start a conversation, dude." And I was like, I don't think men should be able to speak, but here you are talking to me. Fucking bye.
That have to put somebody down to compliment you shit is so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's also the thing is like so many like. Every female comic has heard that at one point.
Yeah.
So it's
Any
like,
female, anything.
how many
Yes,
exceptions?
heard that.
How many
Yeah.
exceptions do there have to be before it's a rule? Like women
Yeah.
are
Hillary
funny.
Clinton has been taken aside.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to let you know, I don't think women are funny.
And she's like, I know I'm not, but it doesn't matter for the rest of them. Like, come on.
Oh, I was in one of my bands. I was the only guy in the band, and they all had their version of that, where they're like, "For a drummer, you hit really hard."
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get it's.
Well, and I mean, men will do that. Like they'll be like, oh, like she's like they'll think that by calling another girl ugly that they're complimenting you. And
Exactly.
it's like,
Yeah.
No, you're just making me feel self-conscious because like you're judging other women's bodies and like whatever, and so like I'm judging my own body because you're judging her body and I think her body's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
The
That's why
worst
I diss
one.
other women's auras. Like her aura's dog shit.
Yeah.
And that's how girls know I'm on their level.
To the worst one I ever got, Irvine Improv, when I was opening for Maria Bamford. I did 15 minutes, and so 15 minutes is easy. It's a cakewalk. You're doing your steroid set,
Yeah.
and then after that, one of the greatest people to ever do comedy in the history of comedy went on stage,
Right.
and proceeded to do brilliant genius stuff. And some fucking redneck OC guy in a salmon polo came up to me in the middle of her set, and I'm sitting next to her husband. Scott's right there, her husband, and he's like, "She should be headlining. You should be headlining. You were so funny." And I was just like, I snapped super hard.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, first of all, that's one of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
not now, but in
Ever,
all of the
ever,
history
ever.
of funny, she's
Yeah.
one of the best to ever do it. And
100%.
the fact that you like me makes me feel like I need to go home and write and improve because you're a
That's-
fucking
yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
I said all this right in the middle. I mean, we're on the floor of the Irvine Improv. She's on stage.
there are those people where I'm like, oh, you like my comedy? Fuck.
Yeah, I need to hit the
Shit.
books. Yeah. That's
Oh.
everybody's ever liked me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always like, fuck, what am I doing wrong?
That and they do think they're complimenting, but that's the most uncomfortable situation, especially when they do it like right in front of the headliner. It's like you said, I did 15 minutes. That person went up there and crushed for an hour. What the
By the way,
fuck
it's
are
her
you
9th,
talking
10th
about?
hour. She's
Yeah.
Yeah.
written, and it's as
Yeah.
good as all the other hours.
They just like they don't understand. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've worked on this 15 minutes for fucking 6 years. Like
She said in the middle of her set, she goes, just want to let you know, Irvine, it is possible to Google what you're going to.
Yes.
Because they were stone facing her.
Oh.
And
I-
sold out.
I have
huge place.
had to learn how to play Orange County.
Unfortunately, I didn't.
Yeah, no, I definitely did because it's a different animal than where we like Los Angeles or whatever.
You started in Orange County.
No, I'm from Orange County, but I didn't really start comedy in Orange
Your
County.
first 3-4
I did
months
my
you were doing-
first 1 or 2 mics there, and then I started while I was at UCLA, so I did most of the mics in Los Angeles.
You didn't spend
That's
a
why I
summer
didn't
in
really
Orange
like.
County?
No, that's why I don't really like know any of the OC comics except for like you guys because you guys came to LA. And I always thought of you guys as like, because I remember like my first mic I went to, I remember seeing like you and Anna Valenzuela and like people over at the table, and I was like, oh, those are the cool people. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I always
because
went
it was
up
my first
everywhere.
you were literally at my first open mic, actually.
Which one?
It was a umami burger attached to
Oh, fuck
the
that
Irvine Improv.
fucking- yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my second one, actually, this is a Ramsey story. My second one I went to was at some coffee shop. What was it? It was did Opie run it? I think Opie
Max
ran it.
Blooms?
Max Blooms, yeah.
R.I.P.
That was my
Oh, did Max Blooms close?
They had
Oh,
punk
yeah,
shows
years
there.
ago.
Bands played there.
Oh, yeah, they had
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
that would get 3 people in there that weren't on heroin.
That was my second open mic, and I went up and obviously like I'm new. I did some hacky bit about how like beards for dudes are like makeup for women, whatever.
Yeah.
And
That's not hacky.
what
No, I'm fucking sorry. Sorry.
and whatever. And I'm like, I'm just like, I'm so nervous. I don't know any of the comics. They all obviously know each other. Like, Opie, like, did not care to learn my name. Like, it was just like a whole thing. Now, me and Opie are obviously like very good friends. Me and Ramsey are very good friends. But like, I get off stage, Ramsey's on next, and just proceeds to go into how I looked at him the whole time I was talking about how much I hate beards on men. And then like, I felt so bad because I didn't mean to be looking at him. He was just the only person paying attention to me and like, like actually engaging with me.
Yeah,
And so I was looking at him because I felt like, oh, this is a warm, comforting person. And then I get off and he just proceeds to like fucking like talk about how like I made him self-conscious and whatever. And I was like, I'm never coming back here again because like all these people fucking hate me and think I'm weird, and that's when I started doing mics in LA.
What?
And
Where they're nice.
yeah.
You know, Los Angeles, where we're known for being nice.
Well, at
No,
least,
you guys are
authentic and nice.
Yeah, they pretend to be, and that's what that's what I needed as a new open micer. I needed people who pretended to be nice.
That's what I've been telling the new comics who asked me in Orange County, like, oh, should I go up to LA? Or, like, LA should be nice. Like, it used to be, here's how it should be. LA is where you go, where people don't tell you that you're bad. And this should be is where you get told you are bad so you can actually get better. I hate the fake nice in LA.
Well,
it drives me nuts.
Well, that's why people think you and I hate them.
that is also fair. That's
It's
also
a
fair
disease
point.
that we have. I
Yeah.
just found this out. So I've been learning this, that
I've
everybody
known
thinks
for a
I hate
while.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably will if I get to know you, but I don't know who you are.
Yeah. I had that
I've never thought you hated me. I just thought Brian doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish you everybody the best.
Oh,
I really do. I just don't care. I'm old. I have my friends.
Yeah. Oh, 100. High five from across the
Yes.
room. I
Yeah.
don't need no new friends.
His name's
yeah.
Tom Goss.
Yeah, sure. 100%.
No, the older you get, the more you're like, yeah, I have like 4 friends.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I have my friends, and I don't hate anybody else. But I also ran the open mic at a comedy club, which you have to set boundaries with people, and you have to be a
Oh,
little
yeah.
at the Ice House. You had to be a little rough with people, and they all think you hate them, and it's like, dude, I'm like a preschool teacher here. Like I have
Well, no, it's that
I remember that,
comedians
Mike.
respect
Yeah.
boundaries so
Yeah.
well that you can. Yeah.
There's power.
thing.
There's honestly power in everyone thinking that you hate them.
Yeah. I made
Because-
somebody cry at that mic.
Most.
at the Ice House.
Why? What'd you do?
Was I hosting?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was on deck, and in that room, in the like
On
two-
deck means next.
next, because it was on the second stage, and so you're kind of standing so that you can get to the aisle to get up next, and so whoever's on stage can see you. And the guy proceeded to just do 3 whole minutes of fat jokes. And so I went up after and did just like 3 whole minutes about why that guy was a piece of shit.
Sure.
And then he went out into the lobby and like whined and cried about like how I wasn't respecting his set and shit. And I was like,
Oh
oh,
my
I couldn't give
God.
less of a fuck. Like,
There's
Yeah.
nothing worse than a I can dish it, can't take it guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
It's like,
the
yeah,
worst.
I didn't respect your set.
Yeah.
Your set was garbage.
your set was garbage.
Yeah,
That's so weird. I feel like I have a guess on who that was, but
I
I'll
have
ask
not
him.
seen that person since, I don't think.
Oh, okay, never mind then. No.
Yeah, it's not somebody that has continued to do comedy, let's say, or at least not in my presence.
That's the funniest thing when you're very vulnerable when you start comedy, but a lot of people are so extra vicious with their jokes.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause
like, you're in a real
wanna,
weird
You want to be a
state.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know how to bust balls,
Yeah.
and since they come in and they're like, "I'm gonna fucking murder your whole family."
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus.
Like, you should.
Dial it down. I thought I like tough crowd.
You should probably go kill yourself.
His whole thing was like nobody likes fat girls just the same way as like they treat fat girls the same way they treat books, where it's like, yeah, you'll read Harry Potter, but no one's gonna read a dictionary. I'm like, that's not even how you use a dictionary.
This sounds like an Orange County comic. I'm trying
Maybe,
to
I don't know.
remember
It was
which
a
one.
shit joke to
very
begin
logical.
with, and I was
Yeah.
just like, this doesn't even make sense, and also I hate you. Like,
Also, wasn't that like a Dane Cook or Kyle Cease bit?
probably, I don't know. Let's
Kyle
blame it on them.
Cease. Isn't he like a guru
Now,
He used when I was a kid. He was a comedian.
He
that
used
I
to
was-
be a
who
comic.
who made jokes about fat
He, like,
women?
well, yeah, dude. It was
Now
like
he's like a
2004.
spiritual-
You made fun of
What's the
everything.
difference between Harry
Everyone.
Potter in the dictionary and that joke? I don't get the
Yeah, I
logic.
don't
Harry
real-
Potter
that- I
is
was gonna ask that
smaller.
too.
Like Harry Potter's smaller than a dictionary was what he was trying to say. But also, Harry Potter books are huge.
Yeah, they're
they're
still a
super
big
big.
book.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bad joke. Like,
Jeez,
but I
hasn't
remember.
this guy heard of Tolstoy?
Yeah, I was
Christ.
just like,
No chops.
I remember.
Sing.
I remember afterward.
You got him. Ever heard of fucking?
I accused him of not being able to read, like as part
Sure.
of it, because I'm like, you don't understand how books work.
Oh,
Yeah,
I bet he
yeah.
read the dictionary like 2 or 3 times.
Front to back.
Remember that was everyone's excuse for like, no, you're stupid because I read the dictionary.
Yeah,
Did you
I
guys
bet
have that circle?
Yes.
No.
I bet he read the
Okay.
dictionary,
I'm
but
glad
then
one
like
person.
didn't
Wait,
tell
people,
his
like-
friends about it.
People like bragged about reading the dictionary.
Yes. Maybe it was a homeschooled thing. Were you homeschooled?
I was not,
No.
but I went to private
So this is your
school.
brother or something?
Remember how kids at
You
school
at least have
brag?
sex with other children.
I found
Remember
this.
kids at school used to sleep in your bunk bed and they would always take the top?
Remember how
I
kids at
was the
school
top
used to
bunk.
yell to mom whenever you had a question in class?
I found this out that people who were homeschooled, like they got together with other kids who
Oh,
were
yeah.
homeschooled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get chicken bucks.
Yeah.
There is this.
Honestly, no, to like beat the shit out of each
Yeah.
Sure.
There is
Gotta
this-
get it out.
It's like homeschool fight club.
There is
Kind
this whole
of.
thing where like homeschool kids are weird, but like I've liked every homeschool person I've ever met. Like I've never found them weird.
I think it depends on why and how you were homeschooled. Because some people are homeschooled outside of a religious setting, and that's a very different ball
Yeah.
game.
We didn't come from monkeys. That
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of homeschool.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah,
to
yeah,
shoot
that's
the
true.
dinosaurs and the homosexuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna breed with each other.
Yeah, that's why we have to make
Giant-
16 children to
Carnivorous
They're gonna make
homosexuals.
They're gonna make giant Tyrannosaurus gays, taking our jobs, eating our freedom, trampling all the good Christians.
Homosaurus Rex.
Homosaurus Rex. All of his big teeth are just gonna be hard dicks. And it's gonna nom 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 on you.
See-
That's actually just the name of one of the Chippendale dancers.
Homosaurus Rex.
Coming to the stage.
Homosaurus Rex.
It's not that he's big, he just has tiny arms.
And if you sit still,
Makes his dick look bigger.
That's true.
if you sit still, he won't grind on you.
That was.
Can't see.
Can anyone explain to me how two T-Rexes fuck? They got that big ass tail. They're not doing it like a girl on top style. Like how? Like
I imagine
Maybe
when
they
you.
are.
Well,
Cowgirl?
I imagine when they bend over, the tail goes up.
Yeah, or
that's a
something.
pretty thick tail, though.
I mean, they're reptiles, so I don't know.
Yeah, how do lizards fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, I
'cause
guess they just get
Well,
on
they
Yeah,
can
they get
regrow
attached
the
to
tail.
that,
They
yeah.
can just cut it off and grow it back
That's
later.
true.
Is maybe male T-Rexes are significantly smaller, like spiders.
Maybe. The other thing
Right.
I'm realizing is I'm basing all of this off the movie Jurassic Park.
They don't even have buttholes in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, so that could
The movie,
be,
not the book version?
Oh, the
well,
books though.
I was gonna
Michael
read the
Crichton?
book version,
Michael
but then I read
Crichton.
the Bible instead.
Have you ever seen sea animals fuck? It's fucking glorious.
It's wild.
Beautiful.
It's very swirly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They dance while they fuck.
I just how did Tyrannosaurus Rex make? I said how do.
See,
and
this
I
is
had
an
to change it to
educational
did.
podcast now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've learned.
All dinosaurs use the same basic position to mate, said Dr. Beverly Halstead, an English
That
researcher.
sounds like a trustworthy.
Who
name.
I like that someone dedicates their time to studying this. stuff.
Mounting from the rear. Oh, so they go
Yeah,
like
from
kind of
the
like
rear.
how you go through around the underwear. And, they
Ah.
did that with the tail. So
Hot.
they would
Oh,
go
so kind
around,
of like side.
side,
Okay.
saddle up to the side, and kind of push the tail over and get in.
Okay.
That's really
Does it
hot.
say anything about like how big a T-Rex's dong would be?
I don't think they would actually know that because
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
true
bone
because
in
it'd
there.
be cartilage, no bone, and we don't
Yeah.
have any remaining carcasses.
I don't even
Do
think
they
there's
have a-
cartilage in a cock, is there?
Usually, but cartilage
Is there?
would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I-
maybe.
I
for-
thought so.
I don't know.
Isn't the dick just like
It
the
never
nose
feels
of the
like
pelvis?
this is cartilage. There's no part of my
This
cock
is-
that feels like that.
The-
My ear for the listeners at home.
Yeah, that's a visual joke on an audio podcast thing.
Well, there's video.
But there- it could
Yeah,
be-
for those
it
just
could be
but more
thinner-
people I'm noticing are listening and not watching.
Yeah,
thinner-
they are.
less
Yeah.
cartilage.
Oh,
Less
I'm
thinner.
ugly.
Yeah, like-
I
Oh,
mean,
stop it.
yeah, I mean, I think dicks are more about turgidity, which would be liquid.
the
So
fuck is that word?
Turgidity.
turgidity, that's when something gets hard because it gets full of liquid.
Paige has been reading
Yes.
the dictionary.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
The DICK dictionary.
The dictionary.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What is turgidity?
It's when something is filled with a liquid and that makes it stiff. So like when a penis is engorged with blood, it is turgid.
Like a
So-
water balloon.
More like a plant. Like when a plant is filled with water, like it absorbs water and that's how it stands up straight.
And the consistency of your shit is turgid. I tried.
That's
turgid.
turgidity.
Yeah, I tried.
This sounds like yeah. This sounds like a blue collar comedy crew like
Yeah,
catchphrase.
you may have thick
You-
turds if
you
yeah.
got turgidity if dang old muffin man
I'm
whatever.
lost on like
Did you find anything about
Are you going down a rabbit hole
Yeah.
of
what is an OS penis?
Operating system penis.
That's the
Tommy.
new one for Max. Have you
the new
downloaded
update?
operating system
Yeah.
penis? Catalina was fine, but penis is gonna be amazing.
When you get erect, it goes ding, like it makes that on
Everyone
that
thought it
computer
was-
on sound.
OS Montana, but it's OS Mountana, and then it's
Right.
OS penis.
It's all kind of it's like the Juggalos. It's
When
all
you
comes
get
to a
hard, it
conclusion
has
at
the
the
same
end.
sound that you get when you turn your Mac on.
Oh.
In what context are you reading OS penis?
So I googled about cartilage in a penis, and it says the OS
naturally.
penis. It just says the OS penis, which I don't know of the normal males. So this is some kind of animal. I don't know what. Maybe human. The normal males consist of a hyaline cartilage and a membrane bone. No, this is not humans.
I mean, that sounds like whales, because whales have bones in their penises.
Maybe ostrich.
Aren't they prehensile?
That starts with OS.
They are
Do
prehensile.
Yeah.
humans not have bones in their penises?
I
No,
don't
there are
think
no
so.
bones.
Then why is it called a boner?
Because
Because-
it's that of a bone.
Because
when it gets hard.
becomes a bone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Because normally it's soft, but then when it gets turgid, it's hard like a bone.
Okay.
So you,
I learned a new word today. I'm going to use that in bed and be like, oh, your dick is so turgid.
You're so turgid.
and I'm gonna forget a new word tomorrow. Did anyone else as a kid think that there was an actual bone inside of your pelvis that just like came out and like inflated? You're like filled up. the dick?
Protruded from your
Yeah.
I wasn't homeschooled.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people.
Is that
think
what
so.
happens with what happens with dogs? Because you can't see dogs' penises until they're horny. So like it just like comes out of their
Yeah, like a noisemaker.
which yeah.
Well, I mean, they're all growers, not showers.
And men in general, we have more dick inside of us.
Yeah,
That's science.
That's beautiful.
yeah. We've all
We
got,
all have
have
dick
dick
inside
inside
of
of
us.
us.
If you count from the belly button, it's huge.
well, yeah, but why would
Are
you
you thinking
count
of
from that?
tongues?
No, there is.
Google this because I'm pretty sure.
No,
that's
you're-
why
you're
when
right.
you
Is there
get
like
fat,
a-
you
Yes,
lose inches.
yeah,
because it
you
starts-
lose inches.
Your
because-
fat starts gobbling up your cock.
Does the dick have roots? Like it grows like within
I
you?
think it's more a case of like how far the blood goes. So like the more skin you have around it. So if you are heavier, it's having to push past that fat, and so the thinner you are, it has less to push past.
That's
How
why
much dick
all
is
skinny
inside
guys
a
have
man?
huge cocks.
Maybe.
Skinny guys do have
They always have huge cocks. And it's probably that.
A
I-
penis is
yeah.
twice as long as you think. A lot of people might take solace in this fact. Why? You can't use the other half.
Yeah.
Penises are longer than they look. In fact, on half
You
the
tell
entire
every
length
woman,
of
this
just so
article
you
start
know,
with,
there's
"Listen,
there's
babe."
another half a dick
It's
in
huge
here.
inside. I've got exactly the same amount inside me, and I'm enjoying it. So you should be too.
I'm pleasing myself.
Yeah. It is. That's,
This is a double-sided dildo right here.
Yeah. By the way, the name of this article is called 10 Things You Didn't Know About the Penis.
Okay,
What's
let's
number
hear it.
one?
The first
Wait,
erection.
hang on. Dumb bitch news that doesn't
Yes.
make you sad.
Dumb
Dumb
bitch, dumb
news.
bitch, dumb bitch. We're the fucking dumb bitch. Ooh, dumb bitch, dumb. It's a fucking song.
Dumb bitch news. We report. You decide.
Yeah, penises are born ready, and it's common for babies to exit the womb with an erection. What?
I've heard that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I've babysat boys.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Never mind.
Don't go. No.
What?
Again, there's,
I
yeah.
read your mind. Don't do it.
Okay.
Did you want to fuck a baby? What are we? Okay.
No, but I think you were going to
Mr.
imply that
Subtle
that's
over
maybe
here.
why other people try to.
You can't
My
get canceled
brain
if
just
you
went
say
through
it
so
loudly.
many
Yeah.
different things, and I don't want to say any of them.
Cool.
Let's keep going.
All right. 2. A penis is twice as long as you think. We did that one. The shoe size myth. All right.
Ah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a myth.
As
I
a
think we all know that.
2002 study published in the journal BJU International confirmed.
BJU.
Shut up. Wait. Okay. What? First of all, what are you reading this from? Like, what's the name of the?
It's the medical news today.
Is medical news today?
Yeah.
Okay.
This just in for Blowjob University.
Dick size, shoe size, unrelated.
Yeah, it's called.
Somebody got a grant for this study, by the way.
They have a link for. Okay, they have a link, and it says it is a it is a peer-reviewed journal, BJU. I will not go to source because we're doing this.
Yeah, I think all BJs are kind of peer review. One peer is reviewing the other.
She has no gag reflex, dude.
5 stars.
4. Morning wood. Most people have penis. with penises.
Most people have penis.
Most people,
I mean, roughly 50%.
yeah, most
Yeah, yeah.
people with penises have 3 to 5 erections every night, mostly during REM sleep. This is also called nocturnal penile tumescence.
By the way, when that
Tumescent.
happens,
Tumescent is a synonym for turgid.
because
Wow.
when
Yeah.
that happens, because I'll sleep in like spooning position with my boyfriend, I can feel when that happens, and I'm like, who the fuck is he dreaming about? I get so fucking mad. You better be. If he says a name that's not mine, I'm gone.
It's just tumescence. Don't
It's
worry.
just
I know.
tumescent. It's just
It's
turgidity.
just turgidity.
They
Just
don't
getting
know.
turgid.
Yeah, they don't know why. One theory is a full bladder is known to stimulate nerves in a similar region to those involved in erections. However, because people with vaginas experience something similar, nocturnal clitoral tumescence, bedwetting prevention is probably not the entire answer.
Wait, so like women also get like
Oh, sorry, I missed the important information leading into this explanation. So pretend I read this before that last paragraph.
I'm going to try.
One,
Okay.
one theory is that it might help prevent bedwetting.
Okay.
yeah.
And that
I think
was
I got
why.
that from context.
Okay.
So it's like a plug.
Well, I confused myself. They're like, why are they talking about pee?
Right, because men can't pee while they have a boner.
no.
But we can pee
You do
while
have to
we're.
bend
Oh,
over. You
yeah.
bend over like
Oh,
one of
that's what
those
you're
port
saying.
You
cranes.
can. It just looks hilarious.
That's what you're saying. So because
Yeah.
vaginas can pee while they're turned on, then that disproves that
It's pretty
theory.
great, also, by the way.
Oh, watching a man do it.
No, well, yes, but peeing while turned on, as a lady
Oh.
with a vagina, those nerves are very close together. Just saying.
Sure.
Yeah, no, you gotta like squat and like do some weird like
So
cavity
both-
creep march. And,
so
like,
Yeah, you look like a stork just plucking a worm out of a lake.
Yeah.
That's the position you got to take.
So both people are turned on during REM sleep. So they can.
No, I
people
think
should
they're
just,
saying it's not sexual. Sorry, I cut you off
No,
from a
I mean,
joke.
I
I'm
think
so
that-
sorry.
No, there's no joke.
you fucking idiot.
I know.
I think everyone's just dreaming about REM and really turned on by it. Sorry, that was an old person joke. I'm secretly old. I'm sorry.
Wait, but
No, I love
Ari
it.
and
I'm
the
out of
band?
the closet old. Yeah.
REM the band, yes.
Okay,
Orange
I like
Crush.
losing my religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's the bagpipe version.
Losing my erection.
Every song has a drone note. It's the same note. This is me singing Stairway to Heaven.
If I'm music good, I'd be in a band. I'm a comedian. 5. One final erection. So we've established that erections can occur in the womb
Oh,
and during
yes.
sleep, but what is perhaps even more surprising is the death erection.
The rigor mortis boner.
Yeah, rigor mortis.
Oh, also called angel lust. Now
I've never heard that.
I've never
Is
heard
it
that.
I
called
feel like
that?
the
Is
person
that-
writing this article just made that up.
Is
Or-
that called like they're saying like they see an angel
Yeah, they
and
want to
get?
fuck it.
I mean, I'd fuck an angel.
So we're never free of this sexual prison we live in. I'm horny in fucking heaven. Does it ever stop? Does it ever fucking stop?
See, I heard like when I heard angel lust, I immediately thought angel dust. I was like, what? Like we're sprinkling boners over weed or dipping boners into it? Like what's
You want to
happening?
get wet?
It-
wanna
would
get
you guys
wet?
prefer
Is
the
angel
term
dust when
terminal
you
erection,
sprinkle
which is the other
PCP.
nickname for it.
Yeah.
PCP. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
learning so many. Like I learned what Cocoa Puffs are. Now I just learned what angel dust is.
I don't know. Cocoa Puffs. That
Cocoa
might be too
Puffs.
new.
I feel like when Kyle was on the podcast,
What did he say?
I think it's like sprinkling cocaine over food.
Oh, and like just eating it?
I think he was saying on a joint actually. Like
Oh,
the way I
maybe it's
said
on a
getting
joint.
wet or
Yeah, over weed.
yeah.
Over weed. Yeah, it's
Okay.
sprinkling cocaine on
Yeah,
something.
it's not on food.
Interesting.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes sense because puffs.
Yeah.
Cocoa
Yeah,
Puffs.
okay.
That makes sense.
I thought it was on food.
On cereal
Yeah.
specifically.
I don't know.
Frosted Flakes.
I feel like
Some people wake and bake, but like you don't even have to bake cereal.
I feel like if you're gonna get high, why not also eat something delicious? I don't know.
I'm with you. I mean, that's been my whole plan, just without the getting high part.
So you're hard when you die.
Yeah, I guess this is super common in people who have
How
hung
long do you
themselves.
stay?
Oh yeah, if you hang yourself, yeah,
Yeah.
Because autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, it's like a cock ring around your neck.
yeah.
Yeah, or gunshot wound to the head is
I mean, same idea, because all your blood's gonna leave your head.
Yeah, I know that like when you're like, it's not good eating when you hit like when an animal dies in fear. because the blood is in all of their veins. They're not relaxed, so it makes the meat very tough. So it makes sense why, like that's why roadkill's bad eating.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of roadkill, I found a video the other day in my archives of Instagram. I forget how I came across it, but I came across a video that Bruce took from the back of my car when you were driving it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You were driving it because I got drunk and you drove the car home from like fucking Bakersfield or wherever we had a show.
Yeah, I remember this.
And and Brian said something about we're gonna hit a rabbit. And I was like, please don't hit a rabbit with my car.
They were everywhere.
And then
bunnies all over the road.
But here's the thing. Then I hear him go, there it is. Then a smack.
Oh, evil! No.
Then I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God, you just hit a fucking. He was like, there was nothing I could do. I was like, you called it out before you.
Yeah, but I would have swerved into a
It
different
is a
bunny.
1-lane highway.
50 points.
And I was like, holy shit, there's bunny blood on my car.
I feel like I was like their defense in life is breeding.
I mean, that is
What
true.
they do.
I'm like traumatized, and they're all laughing at me.
I was belly laughing because you were crying.
It's pretty funny.
I mean,
As someone who is always
Sorry, I
trying to avoid
have
running over
empathy.
rabbits.
God forced me to murder bunnies.
You eat animals. What the hell are you talking
What, am I
about?
gonna get a hotel?
I don't kill them though.
Yes,
I mean,
Also, I
killed
was
to
a
feed you.
vegetarian for 12 years.
I was for 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, it's not a contest.
It is because I have more years.
I was 13, so right in the middle.
Yeah.
I've never been a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't participate and you lost.
Well, I was gonna say I'm younger than you, but that wouldn't change the time. of-
I was vegan for 7.
What
of that.
age did you guys become vegetarian?
13.
5.
Oh, I was 7.
But it was my choice.
It was my choice too. None of my family was vegetarian.
either,
I was
yeah.
7, and I was like, I feel bad for the chickens.
6, the penis
It also
can
grossed
break.
me out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Wait, so if there's no bones, how can it break?
Because when it
The
gets
muscles.
when it,
Wait a minute.
it's a tearing of the flesh. When it gets like really hard, you can.
So that's
if
a
you
tear,
break-
not
yeah.
a-
Have you not seen
You can, like,
photos
snap
of
it
a
off.
penile fracture?
Why would I
have.
have seen photos of that?
Well, I did it for research for a script, and it fucked me up. Didn't write that script.
It's pretty fucking scary looking.
Your script was about broken penises?
Yeah.
Actually no. It was for a book I was working on. No, it was someone was getting a foot job while driving,
Oh, okay.
and yeah,
Karate's always been a big part of your life.
yeah.
I want to know, how do you avoid breaking a penis? Because I never want to break someone's penis.
You have to be careful when you're on top.
Yes,
Oh, I'm always on top.
and you're never careful.
I'm never careful. I mean, like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not like, what if I break his penis?
I know that's why it's
Oh,
very
actually,
scary.
I have heard like reverse cowgirl. You like that's the easiest way to break. Not like the easiest way, like you're trying, but like it's the easiest way to accidentally break a penis. is
That makes sense.
Reverse cowgirl, because I don't think it's supposed to go that way.
Well, it depends
Like the
on
angle?
in which direction the erection goes, because different men have different directions to their erections.
I always forget that.
Dr. Seuss.
I've never
Yeah.
seen, but I've never
It's
seen a guy
Schoolhouse
with an
cock,
erection.
everybody.
I've never seen a guy with an erection that's like that way, like
Straight out?
No, it is. I mean, it is that.
Oh,
that
you mean
way.
like down and hard?
Wait, no.
I've
what?
never personally seen one. I've seen one in porn.
I guess what
We
way
call
would
these people pessimists.
I'm trying to figure out what way it would have to be for reverse
If
cowgirl.
the dick would
a
have to be
handle,
half full,
but,
half empty.
but I just realized that I don't even know. I don't think I know what way my vagina slants. I do.
I have
Okay.
a tilted cervix, so I know.
My mom has that too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
That means that the parts that connect to the interior, like vaginal canal, are set further back and down than just straight.
Oh,
So, like
those
certain,
step down living rooms.
yeah. So, like certain positions can be uncomfortable, or like I can't wear diva cups and
Oh,
stuff because I
okay.
can't get them back out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's a lobster trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7, no brainer. Most people with penises have very little control over exactly when they ejaculate. This is partly because it does not involve.
That
the
doesn't
brain.
belong on a list of 10 things you don't know
Yeah.
about a penis.
No, girls always yell at you if you come too quick
They do?
or get passive aggressive.
No.
Not
mean-
always.
I got roasted one time for that. This girl,
Yeah.
me and this girl
See.
were hooking up, and she was like, I have to get to work soon. We have to be fast." And then I came super fast, and she laughed. It was like, I didn't mean that quick.
You're like, you need to be more specific about a timeline.
no, like,
ma'am.
I've been off to that memory like
I'll-
1,000 times.
I'll roast them like just I'll roast them but like in good fun. You know, like I'm not like mad about it. In fact, like if you make us come and then come quick, cool.
yeah.
I'm tired. You
Yeah,
know?
even if you come quick, but then still make me come after, we cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I
how
feel
you-
weird.
I
I
didn't
do
do any of
feel
that
I do feel weird about that
this
because
situation.
I always feel vulnerable when like someone is trying to make me come but they're not turned on. So I feel like very like because when you're turned on, you're like a different. You're not yourself. You know, like and like when
You're
you're
an animal.
yeah, when you're like about to cut, you make weird
You're
like
a
whatever. So
Homosaurus Rex.
the idea of someone not being turned on, like it's almost like being a sober person around a drunk person. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't want to be the drunk person around the sober person. So
Yeah.
I don't think I think if someone tried to like make me come after they came, I'd be like, yeah, I'm good.
See, I always try to when I remember to make her come first, because also after
Yeah.
I've come, I'm like tired.
Yeah.
You know, like sleep, take a nap.
Oh yeah. I've always been a knockout.
Oh
right
yeah.
after. I
For
mean,
me, it
as a
depends.
teenager.
Sometimes it makes me more tired. Sometimes it gives me energy. I'm like, I'm focused. I'm
Girls-
ready.
Girls.
It depends on if the dick is sativa or indica.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Eight.
You got that Adderall dick.
The angle of the dangle. A penile erection can point in virtually any direction.
Oh, yeah. See, we were just talking
Yeah.
about that.
Straight ahead, left or right, up or down. There's no right or wrong. The following data came from
I wouldn't call that
study
a dangle.
that measured 1,484 erections. In the figure below, the penis is pointing directly up. The measurement was 0 degrees, and if it was forward pointing, horizontal, the measurement was 90 degrees. So 0 to 30 degrees, 4.9% of participants.
Again, I just want to know who goes, let's take 170 fucking erections and study them and see what
1,400.
angle.
Professor of Blowjob University.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Emeritus.
Yeah.
I won't read all of the stats, but 30,
He graduated magna cum laude. Come on.
30.9%, 60 to 85 degrees was the most popular degree of the penis.
Okay. So.
Number 9, grower shower. See, this is too much math. Oh, some of these
Yeah,
facts
yeah.
aren't helpful.
Yeah.
Somebody got hard and got a compass out.
They're just pulling a calculator out in
Yeah,
bed and
yeah.
it says boobs.
What's that thing with the point and the pencil?
A protractor.
A protractor. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
So this one, there's no correlation between the length of a flaccid penis and its erect size.
That's very true.
Yeah. Some start small and end up large. Well, some are large when flaccid and only grow a little when erect. And then 10, cornflakes prevent masturbation.
What?
Oh, that's not accurate, but it is a historical fact that's why they made cornflakes
Yeah.
to try and prevent
I'm
masturbation.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I need more information.
Saltpeter from the Krishnas.
How?
Do you
Wait.
ever heard that?
Saltpeter?
Saltpeter. It's some ingredient that they allegedly say Krishnas put in your food because they give you free food. And it keeps you from getting hard. And they also said they gave it to us in boot camp. That was always a rumor.
Oh, yeah. No, I've never heard that, but the guy who invented, like, the Kellogg brothers.
That's how they advertise it. Was
Yeah,
like,
it was
What's
temperance.
what's in
and
it that?
Nothing. It's
Nothing.
bullshit science.
Yeah.
Well, what did they say in it?
I
They
think
said that it made you shit more, and a healthy digestive system could keep you away from sexual urges. The same thing for graham crackers.
yeah, they were like, if you're clogged up with poo, obviously you're gonna want to fuck.
Yeah, they also
Was literally what they thought
Yeah.
like 90 years ago.
yeah, and they also
I
invented
think
the
you would have been a genius 90 years ago.
they also invented machines that would shake you until you shat yourself.
Wait.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
yeah,
for
because
real.
after I run, I always take a huge shit after a run.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it's so funny. My stomach is in so much pain out of nowhere. I don't know why.
Right now?
Right, like half the podcast.
Do you have to shit?
No,
You got a
it's
fat log, bro.
no. You can
I
tell
got-
when it's a shit pain. It's just pain.
I got nauseous when we were talking about killing animals in fear.
Yeah.
I started getting
yeah.
nauseous
Sorry.
right there.
When everybody started, I heard myself. I was like, whenever you hear the words "good eating" and "bad eating," run from that person.
See, Brian, I wasn't sure if the mustache fit you until now, and I'm like, that mustache belongs on a guy who's like, fear is bad eating.
He
It
didn't
makes
have a
meat
mustache
tough.
last time, right?
Makes the meat tough.
The mustache is new because I asked him, and then he was like, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "How do you not know when?"
I didn't know when the last time I saw you was. I don't know when this started.
Wasn't it last week?
I don't know.
No,
man.
it's
Oh, I saw you at Rec Room recently.
Yeah.
I don't know when that was.
I mean, I have constant anxiety, so I'd be bad eating.
That's why you got to get consent, because fear is bad eating.
Yeah, you eat a pussy without a girl's consent. It's
too tough.
not going to
You're
taste
too
good.
tough.
Here's what I think is funny about the joke. You
Need
just
like a
said.
steak knife for it.
What? I'm sorry.
Who's
What
gonna
ra-
assault someone
Yeah,
and
what
eat them out
rapist
first?
is eating pussy?
I mean, I'm just,
Mike
you
Tyson.
shouldn't.
That's part of the Mike Tyson charge.
Yeah,
That's what he
Literally.
talks that way,
Literally,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A hard, looking hard cooch. It's to fucking ruin his list.
But I'm just, you shouldn't be doing anything to anybody without their consent.
I
And
agree.
non-consent equals
Specifically
fear.
because it makes the meat tough, right?
Because it
Is
makes
that
the
why?
meat tough. Exactly. Yeah. Because it's bad eating. That's where Army Hammer fucked up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Is he the guy who ate a girl?
He wanted to eat
He
a
wants to
girl.
eat a girl.
Okay.
Tom, are you okay? Should we wrap it up?
No, we're okay.
Okay.
He has an inverted
I'm s-
boner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're
Stabbing his gut.
Oh no, I've been paying the entire episode. I don't know what it is.
You're such a trooper. You just
Yeah.
play through.
I mostly the only reason I
To-
said
just to
anything
be the hot
is
slut of the
I know
podcast?
for sure I've made weird faces randomly throughout the podcast.
Oh, I didn't notice. But, that's more about your face than it is about,
Yeah.
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 No.
Sluts don't have days off, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, most of the time I'm in pain
You're
somewhere.
gonna shake it no matter how
Yeah.
much pain you're in.
You got to get him nipple tassels.
You know what'll help your stomach? A Sibian.
Okay.
Okay, wait. That's been brought up twice. What is a Sibian?
You don't know what a Sibian
No.
Ooh, girl.
How, so
okay.
Howard, yeah,
is?
Howard.
Imagine a dildo that's in charge of you.
What a nice
both-
pitch.
Both accurate and terrifying. It's like a saddle almost kind of, and then it's got a dildo that comes out of it that vibrates. You like
Oh.
ride it instead of controlling
Yes,
the dildo.
I've heard of that. I just didn't know what
Howard
it was
Stern used to
called.
do it all the time with girls on mic.
Oh.
Yes.
And-
oh,
and
right.
then he
yes,
had
he
the
had them have an
controller.
orgasm
Yeah.
on air. Yeah,
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 yeah.
I just didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh, Gwyneth Paltrow did it. Are you gonna be more of a bitch than Gwyneth Paltrow?" I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Okay, Howard."
Yeah, just kind of
yeah.
coerce women, and
What a
you know
man.
what? They tasted terrible.
Well, see, this is the tricky part. Does your meat just get half as tough if the guy is lying but you consented? Is that still tough in the meat?
I'm confused.
I don't know. I
I'm-
didn't
I'm
take
going off
philosophy
of
in
her
college,
No,
so I don't have
I'm
an answer.
confused.
Every time I tell a joke that bombs, it hurts worse. All right, now I'm good.
Every time you tell a joke that bombs, you have to shake your titties a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, is this how you
That makes
shimmy?
up for it.
Oh, yeah, the nip cam. We need to get a nip
Nipple
cam.
cam.
But just close on one nipple.
Yeah, his
the
left
whole
one. We've
episode.
decided his left
Yeah,
nipple is
yeah,
his good
yeah.
nipple.
It's the party tit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people who are listening and not watching the show should realize that I've been licking my nipple a lot throughout the entire show, and that's the kind of action you're missing.
Yeah.
I
How
just-
tough is it?
It is fucking a diamond cutter. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ooh.
But I'm always afraid.
That's your secret. You're always.
I'm
That's
always
like
afraid.
you're like the Hulk, like where he's like, "What's my secret of staying, not getting angry? I'm always angry," or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
You're like the Hulk of fear.
Well, fear is or anger is kind of fear it yourself.
My therapist does tell me that the anger covers up sadness, and sadness covers up fear. That's what she tells me.
Wow.
So when somebody's got a gun in my face, I'm just mad at myself.
No, when someone. No, the fear
Exactly.
is the base. No, the fear is
Fear
the
is baseline.
baseline.
Okay.
Anger covers up sadness, which covers up fear.
Yeah, so if
Gotcha.
you're like, how dare that guy point a gun at me?
Yeah.
You're
Right,
like,
right.
I'm
So when
sad that
that
I didn't
guy-
say something
so
and I
when-
was too scared to do it in the moment.
So when that guy's angry and he's pointing a gun at you, it's actually because he's just scared
I should tell him
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
that. You're just
You're,
scared.
you just
You're
have
just
fear, and I
scared.
get it. We all get scared.
You're a
I actually
little
disarmed a
scared
guy
bitch boy.
recently.
You did
by saying not a weapon. I just
Oh.
we were gonna fight, or he wanted to fight.
Right.
We were doing a show up in what's that ski resort town? Mammoth. We were up in Mammoth doing a show. This guy was getting real rowdy with us. We were talking. We were not talking shit. We were just talking in a corner, and he came over and started fucking with us. And he got in my face, and I was like, "You look scared." And he went, "No, I'm not." And then he walked away. And it was really weird, because he was 100% scared.
Yeah, well,
And
no,
I
'cause
was
he
sober.
wanted you to be scared.
I was sober, and everybody, all the comics we were with were wasted, and Bruce Gray was there, and he was like, "Man, I was waiting to see how you handled it," because he's the ultimate like sidekick.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He doesn't lead, but he follows hard.
Right.
Yeah.
So then he started being like, "You fucking bitch." it was so funny.
He did one of my favorite things ever, and this is like 3 years ago now, at the Yoo-Hoo room at Flappers. He walked into the Yoo-Hoo room, and I won't blow up this guy's spot, but there was a comedian there that had like a Facebook name where it's like,
Comedian.
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
comedian,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
come party with so-and-so last name.
Yeah.
And he came up and was just like, "Oh, it's comedian come party with so-and-so last name," and said the entire name.
That's
And the guy was like, "Hey, man, you didn't have to do me like that." And
I
I
know.
lost my mind.
I
It
know
was
exactly
so
what that
funny.
is. That was an inside joke for us all the time for a long time.
Well, I was there with a friend, and we had made fun of that guy's name privately
uh-huh.
quite a bit. So to see somebody do it to the guy's face,
yeah.
high marks.
The guy who he did it to, former male stripper.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did it to Channing
just
Tatum?
to tie everything up.
Comedian
The
Channing
beginning.
Tatum.
Channing, helicopter that dick,
Come party
Tatum.
with Channing-
Come
Channing
partying
Tatum.
with Channing Tatum.
Oh man, I have a serious vulnerable question.
Okay.
Should I keep asking this question every episode, or is it just we don't need it?
Do you want to?
I don't know.
Well, I think it would be weird now if we just didn't ask the question.
It's not that crazy of a question.
No, it's not. I ask a question every episode.
Yes.
It's a downer question, but also
Sure.
like,
So put a positive spin on it.
Okay.
but I, you know, I don't
Just
know.
turned into a Midwestern mom. Okay.
Well,
I'm
it's
like, am I
almost
killing-
like you weren't expecting me to point and be that enthusiastic.
was
for
not.
it.
Like killing the vibes. Everyone write in. Tell me if I should keep asking this question. Paige, Wesley, what do you think is the worst part of being alive?
Being alive. Oof. I think being in transitional periods between where you are and where you want to be is the worst part of being alive, and it never ends.
That's true.
Well, the goalposts always get moved.
I think that once you get where you want to be, then you'll still be sad, and that might be even
Or
worse.
you'll want to
yeah.
be somewhere else. Like
Right.
you're and that's a good thing. You should always be striving to do other things and have other goals. But the growing pains of getting to them is exhausting.
right. Yeah.
That's probably
Okay.
the worst part of being alive.
All right, I have a question.
Sure.
What's the best part of being alive?
Oh man.
Gay. No, I'm just kidding.
Laughing, I think, is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Laughing is pretty fun. I like just exploring. Like whenever I can have a
That's
day.
how you know about water penis.
That is how I know about water
Yeah.
penis.
But that's the language. But
yeah,
And
turgidity.
That's what I meant.
Like a day.
That's the Japanese translation of
Water
Water
penis. I just pictured
It's my
those. You know those
translation.
things that you played with as kids that
That's
like
how I feel
slipped out of your
about
arm.
uncut penises. Is what you're describing that they feel
I
like
love
that.
those things. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're like little tube things filled with water, and you squeeze them, and they just kind of slip out of your hands. You didn't
Yeah.
have those as kids? What are they called?
They didn't
I have
have
no
any
idea,
to-
but
I
toys
actually think
for
they're
autistic
called
children
water.
when I
I
grew
actually
up.
think they're called water snakes, but I
I
like
don't
water
know.
penises
Uh,
better.
it's-
They're
slippery
always in
thing.
the like National Geographic store or whatever at the mall.
There's
yeah.
Spencer's.
Yeah, they're
If it was at Spencer's, I saw.
I
it.
bet if you,
lived
I
there.
bet if you saw
If
them,
you
you'd
saw
be
one,
like,
you'd be like, "Oh, that
yeah.
thing that we don't
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
name
Well,
for."
what happened to them is the more you play with them, the more they'd fall on the floor. The more they fell on the floor, the more friction it had from all the like dirt and shit on the floor.
Well, not the ones that are sticky on the outside. These are smooth, but as you grab them, the force of grabbing them pushes the liquid in it to the other parts of it, which causes it to move. So you're constantly having to kind of catch it because the act of catching it causes it to move.
And that's the best part.
Right,
of
it's like
Perpetual motion.
You ever played that grease melon game where you grease a watermelon and you get in the river?
Oh
and then-
yeah.
Anybody?
No, Mustache
I
Man.
know this game. I know this game.
Yeah. You gotta
What do you
carry
do
the
with it?
you gotta carry the greased watermelon out of the river.
Oh, without dropping
And it's
it?
like you hug it and it like squeezes out of you and people
Yeah.
can slap it out. And you try
Oh,
to
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's
It's
get a
good fun
river
for
and
the
a
whole family.
watermelon.
But the more you catch it, the tougher it gets, and it's bad eating.
Bad
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
because the watermelon's afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the best part of being
So you
alive.
have to get it drunk on vodka.
Exactly.
And it softens up.
The best part of being alive is like a day when you don't have any responsibilities, and so you just go find things. That's one of my favorites. Or you go through a list of like, I've always wanted to do this one thing, and today I have time, so we're just gonna go do it. Like,
What's the best thing you found?
oh, all kinds of shit. I mean,
A
yesterday.
lonely grease water.
Lonely Grease Watermelon. Yesterday, I went to a cult that we had studied, and we visited their.
You went to it?
Yeah, we visited their headquarters.
They let you do that?
Yeah, they let us just walk in. Yeah.
Why do they
Did
let
you
do
tell
that?
them that you were with the podcast?
After a bit.
Was this
yeah.
Landmark?
What
or
was the
something?
reaction
No,
to that?
Landmark has us on like a blacklist.
okay.
No, Unarius. We went and saw Unarius.
Did
That
they
sounds
kick you
like a
out when,
No.
once you told them
Yeah.
you were a
No,
podcast?
Unarius is pretty chill. Where they're just like their whole thing is they believe in past lives, astral projection, a lot of theosophy, a lot of like the alien ascended masters are going to build a university on Earth, and we have to get Earth ready for them. That's their
So
whole
it's
thing.
like Scientology without good actors.
It's like Scientology without rules because it's all improv, basically. Like they
Anarcho-Scientology.
exactly they basically believe that like there's no fiction, there's only memories. So like all of our stories are things that we've done, and then they try to depict that through art.
Okay.
That's not bad. That's
That
not
just
hurting
sound-
anybody.
that-
Exactly. Yeah.
That just sounds
Oh, I
like
know some
things
who
people
would not handle
believed
that well.
like in
If
ancient
your memory,
times.
if your
Yeah, it's
fiction
pretty fun. And so a friend and I were gonna go see Batman, and it was sold out. And so he was like, "What should we do?" And I was like, "How weird do you want to get today?" And he was just like, "I'm down for whatever you want." And I was like, 15 minutes away from here, there is a cult that's gonna play the best game of improv ever. And so we just went and visited, and we got to see like their leader used to dress like a drag queen, basically like full wigs, costumes, crowns. So they had like all of her outfits. They had a bunch of murals they had painted of her.
She passed away.
She passed away probably like 30 years ago.
allegedly.
No, definitely. She was like 98. But there's like a whole documentary about them. That
Now
I had,
she's
like,
in her
seen.
next life
in
writing
her
a
next
story
life.
about how she was a cult leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're like preparing a bunch of stuff for a museum exhibition now. So like they took us on a tour through everything, even after we like told them who we were. And they were like, "Well, we're not a cult. We're not keeping people here." And I'm like, "You're right. So do you want to show us shit?" And they were like, "Yeah, come on in."
How do you find how did you? Because I'm always looking for like weird shit to do or whatever, and like I feel like all there is to do around here is like, oh, go drink at
Nicole,
a bar or
have
whatever.
you
Like, how
ever-
do you find shit?
I mean, the internet, definitely. Have you ever been to the Museum of Jurassic Technology?
No,
What are you doing the day before we leave for Austin?
nothing.
We're going to the Museum of Jurassic Technology.
Okay.
Let's fucking do this shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it, and you guys should all go too.
Yeah.
The day before we go to Austin, I'm not going to tell you what day. No, I'm kidding. We're in Austin from the 12th to the 15th.
Yeah.
For a roast battle.
Get ready for the
South by
most.
Southwest.
Have you ever done Southwest before?
No, but I have. I've been told.
Action-packed.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's one of the most social anxiety, most socially anxious I've ever been.
Oh, I've
My
heard the
bands used to play it
opposite.
back
Oh,
in the day
really?
a lot. Yeah, it was. I mean, but I guess stand up is so much simpler. But when you're playing like 19 shows in 2
Right.
days,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is this
Well,
Clinton
we'll
Farms?
be there.
yeah, the farting Clintons.
Yeah.
No, we never made it at junior high, Tom.
Sad.
I'm so sad you didn't.
The Farting
That's
Clintons?
such a great band name. Was it all saxophones?
No, it was. Yeah, it was a 90. We were a 90s. We is me. I played all the instruments.
Oh, okay. Did you only play a saxophone?
We did 90s parodies with 90s subjects, like the one we were talking about earlier. We did I Can't Believe It's Not Butter mixed with Better Man by Pearl Jam.
Okay.
So we take two 90s concepts and we would mash it. This is me in 7th grade
Gotcha.
with a 4-track.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe 8th grade.
Yeah.
Maybe last week.
All right. Well, I think That's a good way. We plugged Austin. Do you have where can people follow you? What else do you want to plug?
I mean, I have too many podcasts. I've got Cult Podcast, Horror Virgin, Romancing the Pod, all with their own socials. And then you can find me on Instagram at Rampage Wesley or on Twitter at Paige Wesley.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Tom, do you want to plug your hot slut self?
Yeah, hi. I'm Hot Slut Self, Tom Goss. You can follow me at Tom Goss Comedy or GossGoss6 on Twitter. April 6th to 10th, I'll be at the Alaska Before You Die Fest with Keith Carey.
Oh, sick.
And then April 27th with the Chicos in Clovis. 28th, I actually don't know where that is, but I'll be in Sacramento. The 29th, I will be in Santa Cruz. And I'm headlining those shows, or co-headlining.
I know that you said De Chico's like an Italian restaurant, but for a hot second, I heard The Chico's. And I just pictured you doing comedy in a Chico's clothing store.
Oh, I was picturing a male strip club. Chico's?
Yeah, that's kind of what
Chico's
I
Down
was
Under.
doing.
Cheeks in your asshole.
I would
together.
absolutely
Yeah.
do a set in a Ross.
You know,
Like, and why,
You should
why
film.
the fuck
could.
not?
You
You
should
could
film a
just walk-
fucking special in a Ross.
you could just
Yeah.
walk in there.
Yeah, J.C. Petty.
Mhm. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
They would beg for you to bring people to Jason. Please.
They're like, our clothes aren't doing it, so.
Yeah.
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 And then This Is Not a Show, the other pod.
Tina's.
Dana's.
And Brian's at Mr. Brian Vokey. Did you
Yeah.
plug all your shows last episode, or are there more you want to plug?
I don't want to plug all of them. Just go there. They're all there.
Okay.
They're all
Yeah,
there.
go to Mr. Brian Vokey and see his shows. All right. Well, thanks, Paige.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks
This
for
was
having
awesome.
me.
This is
This
really
ruled.
fun.
Everything hurts, everything hurts. Fucking life sucks, everything hurts.